I was in the gym.
Right, okay, there we go. I've started the stream now.
Hey,
So hello
Richard
everyone.
works hard all week.
Yeah, he works hard all week to give Joanne an amazing life.
Joanne works hard to give Joanne an amazing life. Thank you very much.
Nah, it's just Richard, isn't it?
Someone from Blackpool is ringing me, and I don't want to answer because they're from Blackpool.
Maybe it's fans of the stream trying to get on.
That's the best joke I've heard all day.
Trust me, literally no one from Blackpool even knows about anywhere else. It's just Blackpool.
Blackpool's nice, dude.
Said no one ever. I've never been to Blackpool.
Can I just answer this, and I'll ring me again?
Sure. Hi, have you bought any sex toys recently? Well,
are you on the stream?
I am.
Can you not?
Oh, I said that we were going to start. We're 5 minutes late anyway. All right, are we good to start? If not, it's fine. Okay.
Well, I think we're waiting for Alex.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Alex is just answering a call from someone from Blackpool.
Why?
I don't know. I'm sure it won't be long.
Oh, see, calls from Blackpool never go well. Like,
Hi.
Hi, I'm calling you from Blackpool. Oh, immediately put down the phone.
Just don't trust anyone from Blackpool. You meet anyone from there, and just suddenly the
whole
life's going to turn upside down.
I used to be in. No word of a lie. I used to be in a Halo clan with someone from Blackpool, and they were so embarrassed that they were from Blackpool. They would always tell other people they were from Leeds, even though Leeds and Blackpool aren't even that close to each other.
I can't say that.
Yeah, Leeds is also shit.
Why Leeds though?
I guess it's because people just thought they were generally northern, but fucking don't know. You know, I don't even think I actually know where Blackpool is.
Real life plot twist.
Hey, look, I don't know.
In Cornwall.
It's not in Cornwall.
Google Maps now. You said Cornwall.
Orion said Cornwall.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Blackpool is actually where I thought it was. Okay.
It's near Blackpool Tower.
Blackpool Tower.
Is that why they named it Blackpool? Because Blackpool Tower was there since the Druids built it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always known as Blackpool Tower. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, okay. So is everyone good to go? Everyone has a drink?
Yeah.
Has stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't even
That
started the
was my
music.
delivery driver, but for some reason his number comes up as from Blackpool.
Maybe he was delivering all the way from Blackpool.
Maybe he's got a VPN on his phone.
Oh, yeah, sponsored by NordVPN.
Sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Wait, so you mean I won't be able to trace him because he has a VPN and he's protected from any kind of hacking and attack?
It's actually
Even in China.
It's actually Raid Shadow VPN. Raid Shadow
VPN.
Raid Shadow VPN.
The only VPN service made especially for playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, wow. And you can go straight to the Chinese servers on it and play with all the hackers.
All right, next. Let's go.
Okay, right. So then, in that case, last we left off, the Clive 5 had been working with Merith the Cure, who had become somewhat a contractor for Wolfram after her betrayal / being found out, I guess, of her planned betrayal of Neruzitar, being attacked by Badran. And you guys worked with her to set up a little meeting with Eston Jafaris, even though Eston Jafaris came and met you at a market and told you that Neruzitar had been having problems with Badran, and that Badran had gone somewhat rogue. And that was the part of primarily the meeting, the reason for your meeting, that Neruzitar wanted to meet you in the first place. But also, a vision of Yara came to Scrimshaw and led him to what seems to be some place in the Catacombs that seems to be holding an elemental lodestone of fire, which is something both Neruzitar needs, and it's actually quite a useful item anyway. And is the target of Neruzitar's next plan to become a ascended being of some regard. So you decided that you were going to go into the catacombs to try and find this area. You have a vague idea where it is. You know it's sort of near a river, but you didn't really know your way around the catacombs. So you made a meeting with a amateur explorer and mapper of the catacombs called Real, who, last we left off, you had just met, and he said that he'd be up for meeting in about a couple of hours after he's gotten some stuff together and ready to go in there. But you have as we get into the game, you guys are stood around in the inn that you met Real in. But you have a couple of hours to do what you like. So what would you guys like to do?
Maybe we could talk to some of the people in the pub and see if we can find out some interesting kind of stories or tidbits about what it's like in the sewers and under the city.
Sounds like a good idea.
Like,
Okay, so the inn is fairly busy. Remember, it's the day of the week where all these amateur mappers and explorers of the catacombs all meet up and sort of chat amongst each other. The innkeeper's busy serving drinks, rushing about, but you see a few people who seem friendly enough, although they do watch you with some suspicion. Maybe a couple of them had read a couple of things in the papers recently about you guys. Some of that hot press about you that Rael mentioned. But like looking around, there's a couple of people around who would be up for talking to you. Well, from your estimation, anyway. You can't be sure until you actually try and talk to them.
Okay.
I mean, there's a few groups of people basically sat around. Like by the inn, there's a couple of people drinking alone. One, a sort of fairly big half orc, who isn't wearing a sort of any tribal gear, just is wearing a sort of a regular piece of chainmail and some leather chaps and stuff. Just sat drinking a big pint of ale, clearly waiting for somebody. And then by his side is another is like a small gnome who sat. They're not talking to each other, but they are sat fairly close. So you might think they probably know each other.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if everyone else wants to. But...
Let us conversate.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yes.
Let us conversate.
Conversate?
Yeah.
Conversate.
That's a smart word, right?
Yes. Yes.
Conversate.
Has
Certainly.
anyone else
I
heard
heard,
of the word?
I heard Gideon say it once. Some little
think you'd
twerp
like
he
him.
was
Conversate sounds like.
If you conversate really well, it's actually referred to as conversationalization.
Oh, that is
Wow.
a big
I will
word.
remember that.
Conversationalization.
Had a I think the term was coined by what was it? Borgiush,
What?
I feel
I
like
think his name was.
I feel like you're talking gibberish now, wooden man.
Yeah, sometimes Scrimshaw just has a bit of a malfunction, I
Say,
guess.
those chaps
Are you
over there.
Malfunction? What are you saying?
Nothing, Scrimshaw, just jesting.
I think you're having problems there, friend.
Not compute.
Hey,
Beep,
so
boop.
those
What does
those
what does compute mean?
Um,
Not sure. Is that a word?
It's run
I'm
down
pretty
the
sure it's just a word.
You just mean
Goliath,
like
I guess.
think about, right?
Oh, that's what those people with the abacuses do, isn't it? You get those rooms full of people with the beads, and they count things and do the maths.
I can
Yeah.
imagine this conversation taking place while everybody else just sat around drinking. We're just all sat here arguing about random shit.
I think
Okay,
personally-
let's talk to the gnome and the orc.
Okay, so you're all just going to get up and walk up to them.
Yes, intimidate.
I'll surround them, loom over them.
I will bring my drink over and sit down with them.
Okay. You sort of sit next. Which one are you sitting next to? You're sitting next to the orc or the gnome?
Is there enough space to sit in between them?
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, they are sat a little close to each other, but you could like slide in between them if you
I
wanted.
would like to slide in between them, please.
Rocks on doing this?
Okay.
Yes. If I have to move the gnome like a little bit across, I will. But I would like to sit between them.
I will accompany Roxon to make sure he doesn't and accidentally trigger a bar fight by just rudely pushing people out of the way.
Okay, so Roxon, you managed to just about slide in between them. There's like a bar stool in between them, which you sort of just hop onto as you sit by the bar. The half orc just carries on drinking his ale, but the gnome sort of looks up to you. You see that he's got this he's quite young. He's maybe about, I don't know, you're not sure about ages of gnomes, but maybe he looks about 20 or 25 or something. He's got quite a young face with like a sort of button nose and these like big bushy like rainbow colored eyebrows and like hair that has these two like goggles on the top. As you sit down, he just sort of looks you up and down and just goes back to drinking. And as you say hi to him, he just says, couldn't find anywhere else to sit.
Well, this seat looked perfect.
Well,
Down here.
if I owe you any money, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to make sure on my deals with other people first. I am quite behind, so if you can give me a bit of time.
Well, no, as far as I'm aware, you don't owe me any money.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you don't owe me any money. But I mean, yeah. Why? Are you in a bit of trouble there?
No. If I don't owe you money, it's none of your business whether I owe you money or not, does it?
I'm just making conversation.
I see.
Can Gira loom over the small gnome? Because he was kind of listening in on the conversation.
He like looks over his shoulder and sort of panics a little bit as he sees this big dragonborn just looming over him. He just like hops down off the stool, which is like the same height as him, and he sort of backs up into the bar and he says, "Guys, seriously, I hope I don't have a problem here. Hira," and the orc just sort of chuckles, and goes,
I don't think your friend's interested in helping you, even though you're not actually in any danger, as far as I know. I mean, I'm not going to hurt you. I don't know about him.
The gnome looks up at you two, and he says, "Thanks for having my back, Hira." And Hira goes, the half orc goes, "No worries. They're not much of a threat anyway."
Excuse you.
So, how can I help you? Listen, we're kind of here waiting for someone at the moment, but I don't want to cause any fuss. So, if you just tell me what you want from me.
Sit here.
I see. And what about your friend? Nodding to Gira.
Well, I was just hoping for this lovely seat you've just vacated. But while you're at it, me and my companions, and Gira kind of looks towards, I guess, the next table or something where Scrimshaw, Gothric, and Morna are sat.
I wave very awkwardly after witnessing them just bully this poor gnome.
Gothric is engrossed in the newspaper. They haven't even got my goods.
We were interested in some information about the sewers.
Right.
We mean you no harm.
Well, you could have just asked rather than doing me stupid like that.
Well, doing you stupid? I've done none of the sorts. I've just assumed you are giving an old man a seat. As is customary in these parts, I hope.
I see. Hira, budge up. And the half-orc budges up, and the gnome goes and sits on Hira's old chair. He says, "There you go, there's a seat." Pointing to the chair he had before. He says, "Listen, we don't tend to do much consulting work, if you get what I mean. We tend to do a bit of peacekeeping down in the Catacombs."
Peacekeeping, you say? Why, sounds peaceful enough down there. What we've been told is there's a few ghosts, if you happen to believe in those types of things.
Well, I ain't never seen any ghosts down there, but I have seen people doing some weird shit. Better be safe.
Like what?
The half-orc chuckles a bit and he says, I ain't seen nothing that bad. And the gnome looks at him, just sort of like befuddled. He says, we saw that guy have his face eaten right in front of us. He was like, yeah, it's not that bad. He looks back at you and he says, there's, let's say, some undesirable folks down there. Cannibals.
Oh, that sounds horrific.
Are they human cannibals?
Yes. Yeah, mostly. Although I don't really ever see their faces. They tend to wear masks.
Oh. What's on the masks?
Well, they're just golden masks. I think they're painted. I'm not really sure they have actual gold on them. But there's some places in the catacombs that some undesirable types tend to congregate. A lot of the rumors about spirits in the tunnels killing people is probably just them.
See? Well, it's good to know there's no ghost down there.
You don't happen to own one of these masks, do you? And you, Roxanne, it would also be terrible news if you had one of these masks. I would have to probably kill you.
I don't own one of these masks.
Well, you're from Viel, are you not?
Yes.
How do I know you're not a cannibal?
Have I eaten you yet? I've had the opportunity. I could have eaten you.
Gira turns to the party and kind of shouts a little bit louder. This Roxon chap, he's no cannibal, is he?
I just kind of look over at you guys.
With that,
serious, stern
I'm gonna
face.
come and walk over and join them, talking
Yeah.
to people.
Why are you talking about cannibalism? Although, I've never seen him eat any. But is it cannibalism if you people eat like if you were to eat Dragonborn, would that be cannibalism, or is it just if you eat Goliath?
Maybe you should ask our new friends, this gnome and half-orc gentleman. We never caught your names.
Well, I'm Krim, and this here, this smiling chap is Hura. But seriously, guys, stop crowding me. I like my space when I'm drinking.
Oh, me too. Garen just carries on drinking next to him.
I'm sorry about them. They may have they're a bit they didn't exactly learn etiquette in school or anything like that. But they're really they're not. Unless you're truly making a ruckus, they're fine. Don't worry.
Well, listen, I don't have a problem with being around people because they're nasty. I just have a problem with being around people in general. So we're kind of just waiting for someone here. Just a little bit of personal space. He nods to all of you just surrounding him.
I'm not moving.
All right.
No, me neither.
He just gets up then and says, "Come on, hero, wait outside." And the orc sort of goes, "Huh," just drinks the pint of ale and just stands up. He says, "Listen, here's my business card. If you need anything, go in contact with this office." He hands over quite a neat little business card actually, with it's definitely some orcish tribal sigil on it, but it's not from the Grey Mountains, so you don't quite recognize it, Gothric. But he has a little office block just down the road.
I should get one of these.
He just nods to you and walks out the front door with the gnome.
What's the name of the business?
It's called Orc Ink Solutions.
I love it.
What lovely chaps.
What kind of solutions are we talking about?
Did he say what he actually does?
I assume he's a bodyguard.
Oh,
Just muscle for hire type thing?
By the looks of it, yes. He didn't seem like the brains of the operation.
sorry, BRB.
Do you think
They
he
told us that they were peacekeepers of sorts. They
all-
Go on.
No,
No, you go.
No, after you.
No,
Oh, no.
I swear to God, right now, Roxon, you're going first.
Oh, okay. Basically, They told us there's no ghosts down there in the catacombs. There's just cannibals.
Well, that is actually
There's
far less
cannibals.
terrifying than ghosts. I hate ghosts.
And they wear
That is
masks.
grand.
And they wear masks. That's what
Well,
they told us.
Unless they're trees, I think I'll be fine, right, guys?
How do they eat people through... How
I
do they
don't
eat...
understand. Was that supposed to be a joke?
Or a lie?
I tried, all right.
Is it a joke or a lie?
Yes, you need
Or
to
a
make it
statement.
very clear afterwards.
Oh, sorry. It was a lie.
How do they eat
think.
through the masks? Like,
Say,
do they have to take the
Gothric, you're
masks off?
being rather
I
quiet.
assume
there.
there's a mouthpiece and you can remove it and eat that way, or
Yeah.
I don't know. The
Hmm.
logistics of the mask, I don't know. I just know they wear the masks.
Gira, how do you wear masks with the snout?
Why would I wear a mask?
I don't know. Sometimes helps people get to bed. You know, the little blindfold thing. Oh, I suppose that doesn't cover your mouth. Maybe if there were some kind of plague.
No mask. It's a fairly rudimentary item, I believe. It disrupts the flow, if you know what I mean. You know, us dragonborn with our large snouts, we sometimes have a build-up of mucus that needs ejecting, and masks just get in the way.
Fascinating.
Maybe that's why I've never seen a dragonborn cultist.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
we're
pretty
far
sure...
too proud to do that.
God,
I
Dragon
mean-
Queen.
Say,
That's the point, actually.
Goth-
Have we even seen dragonborn before? This is the first one.
Quite rare.
There was the mistress who sold us the glue.
Oh
True.
yeah.
She was.
Oh wow, that's a memory going
Yeah,
back.
that was in. That was in Lucenia.
How
Yeah.
could you forget her? That's
No.
how I got guns.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any other Dragonborn in this campaign.
But I have no business hiding who I am. I'm proud of my heritage. Well, that I can remember.
So what exactly is your heritage? We've, we've kind of, I guess we've sort of picked you up, but we haven't really had time to get to know you. Been a bit, kind of caught up in these matters.
Quite, and I must admit I've been slightly obsessed with the storm since I arrived in VL. It all seems rather troubling, these coincidences. But tell the truth, I don't know much about my heritage. It is something that eludes me in every waking moment of my days. I woke up near one of your large human cities to the southeast, Lavar, and then I just followed the storm to here. Over many years, I taught myself the common tongue, to read and write, and embarked on a few adventures with a few select characters on the way. I don't know what I particularly want, but I remember bits and bobs and dreams, and I hope that following the storm will hopefully elude some of those things. I must confess, I do not know a ton about any of you fine people. I know you he looks towards Gothric. You're some orc chieftain, half-orc, I beg your pardon, from what I gathered. And you are quite important, they do say. I heard some travels and some tales on the way of the besieging of cities, the deposing of one Badran that we met in the underground. So it is
Yeah, he's
it is
a
pleasure
prick.
to meet a noble soul such as yourself.
Thanks. Maybe not as noble as you're
Okay.
hoping, but
Lee nods towards Gothric,
yeah, noble. That's
and he turns
me.
to the others, and then the rest of you aren't so interesting from anything I've heard. You're a guard, but
Hey,
you're
There's more
you're.
to me than just being a guard. Thank
Oh,
you.
tell me
I-
then.
I am Roxon.
He does have one very interesting story.
No, I have a few.
Please do share.
Oh, there was the time, You know
Go
what?
on.
Screw you, Scrimshaw.
No, it's a great story, and you tell it so well.
It's so thrilling. Please remind us of this wonderful story you tell.
Hey, look, you kind of have to now.
Let me introduce myself properly to you. I don't think we've actually been properly introduced. Roxon, former guard of Wolfram, son of Rixok, of the Frostbleed clan.
Frostbleed.
Yes.
Can frost bleed?
We can find out if we ever go there.
Well, I sure would like to meet you. Seem a noble folk.
We are.
What's your story? Your
Ah.
one story.
My one story. I have several stories, but the story they're referring to is probably the time I killed a mammoth. Or a giant. Which story do you want to hear?
The last time you killed a mammoth, I don't think I've heard that one before. I think I've only heard the giant one.
You should
I
all
mean,
probably get-
we've killed giants, but mammoth, no.
Mm.
I've met one of them.
Okay.
Have you killed a
Everybody-
giant?
There
I
were
thought
some hill giants.
You ran
I
past
don't, know,
them.
I don't know if we actually killed them.
Yeah,
Actually.
you ran.
We might have
You
just
ran past them.
avoided them. We defeated them
Yeah,
in
there
the
you
sense
go.
that winning
You-
the battle is running away.
It sounds like you evaded them.
I was like, when did they fight and kill some giants?
Well, if you want to hear the story of the mammoth, I suggest you grab a drink and we grab a table.
Well, we have
Like,
this
Tell the
one,
sto-
and it seems this gnome fellow and our folk left their drinks.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
you seem to have kind of seized this table.
This is
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the
Have you-
bar.
Have you ever been to a busy bar before? You have to take what you can get.
You had a table,
like-
like you got up, all came to the bar, and now you've turned around, and now there's a bunch of other people on your table.
Look, mystical voice in my head. This table looked better.
I'm just gonna put a finger up and kind of try and get the barman's attention. It's like, could I just buy those two a couple of drinks?
Who?
You're gonna look for the two that we've deposed.
Oh,
From the bar.
Crim and Hero. They went out the front door. They've left.
Oh, sorry, they seem to have left. Never mind. If
Buy
they
me
come
a
back
drink.
in, then
Well, you can buy them a drink if they come in again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they come in and I don't notice, then yeah, if you could get my attention.
I mean, I think they might really like a bottle of wine or a big bottle of booze.
Bottle of wine.
You did sort of scare off a paying customer.
Didn't scare them off. I just sat down.
Uh-huh.
If I wanted to scare him off, I would have shouted at him.
He puts his hand out.
Uh,
So, will it be a bottle of wine or brandy?
These drinks.
Scrimshaw, you're paying.
Let's go with some wine.
No, that'll be a gold piece.
Fantastic.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, he just hands over a bottle of...
Into my gold.
Well, he just sort of picks up a bottle of wine. He's going to hand it to you, and then he just puts it back onto the bar. He says, if they come back in.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
And sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Do you want the
back-
story?
Yeah. Yes. Back to the story.
Right. Are we all sitting comfortably?
Yep.
Are you ready
No.
for this?
Oh, yes.
Sit comfortably then.
One sec. I'll be more comfortable with a glass of wine. Excuse me, could I just get a
Get
glass
drinks.
of wine?
Everybody get drinks.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen you sit on poles and be comfortable. Are you ever not?
I've this story, man.
No, I haven't told-
Scrimshaw's seen Mona sit on what?
On poles.
That sounds like a more interesting story.
Yeah, a monk meditating shit.
How much for a glass of wine?
Like 2 silver.
Okay, I'll give me a glass of wine.
Alright, so you guys sit down. Roxanne prepares his brain.
Right.
You need to change the music, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's only got the Bartley lit on.
Right, here we go.
Okay. It was a start. We're going back about 20 years now. It was a dark, windy night. I was out, lost, didn't know where I was. Then suddenly, I hear this thumping coming toward me. But is there a mammoth in here? I grab my trusty axe. I pull it to my side. I prepare for whatever may be coming. Then suddenly, I see these large green eyes coming out the dark. A mammoth, bigger than you'd ever seen.
I'd like to use minor illusion to try and illustrate this as it goes along.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I need you for more of my stories. Anyway, it charges at me. I hold my ground.
I
Ready my axe. And as it charges, I swing at its leg, taking it clean off.
Oh, my leg! Oh,
In the illusion, it's like a baby mammoth,
yeah.
and it was just mind, and it was like kind of
Hey.
mind. It was just running up to him to try and play.
Blood
Hey,
just spurting
hey,
out of the leg.
Scrimshaw is bigger than that.
Major illusion. Scare everyone in the pub.
Oh, sorry. And Roxanne becomes slightly bigger in the illusion.
No,
But-
okay, I am bigger than that, but the mammoth was bigger too. Make the mammoth bigger.
Oh,
It wasn't a baby mammoth.
okay.
the
It gets
big
fluffier
No.
and cuter.
Oh,
Aww.
Oh, fine, whatever.
It's
I'll
still
continue my
its
story.
leg is still like falling off and it's bleeding.
Fine, but then another mammoth comes from my flank, and I
Oh, wow.
grab my axe and I throw it, getting it clean between the eyes. Dead.
Oing, 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 oing,
Again, in the illusion, this is another baby mammoth.
That one. So I pull my axe from its dead corpse, and then I go over to the elephant missing the leg, and I swing and I take its head clean off. And that's the
Wow.
story basically.
wow, you killed a mammoth?
You killed 2 mammoths.
I killed 2 mammoths.
That's
They were gonna get me. Oh, and then I cut the mammoth open and I slept in it in the night because
Yeah,
I couldn't find my way back.
Oh wow.
And I don't think you mentioned. I don't think you mentioned the second mammoth the last time you told this story.
Well, there was a second mammoth.
I wonder how many there'll be next time.
Look,
Just keep going with this, like, so episode. This is episode 50, by the way. I forgot to say.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah, so in episode
Yeah.
100, it'll be 10 mammoths. Brilliant
Whoa.
story. Yeah, the
I'll tell you
innkeeper.
the story of the wyvern next time.
Innkeeper comes over and he says, "Sounds like quite the story." There you go, and just gives you an ale on the house, pats you back.
Good man.
The music is rather epic for the moment.
Yeah, the innkeeper goes over to the jukebox and changes it.
Ah, what a mighty tale! And Gira kind of thumps on the bar a little bit.
Yes, see, he gets it. He gets it.
Very well said, my friend. I would
think
love
he's
to
gonna
go
go to
mammoth
get it.
hunting
Get
with
it.
you at some point.
Damn right. Those mammoths deserve it.
Oh, no. That's not what I would say. What did the mammoths ever do to you?
Done a
No,
shit.
it's no.
It was trying to charge me.
No, it is
what
balance
mammoth
in the
tastes
universe. That is why we kill them, not because they're
It was
mean.
self-defense.
Aren't mammoths like docile and herbivores?
These weren't. These were rabid.
Rabid mammoths.
The one Scrimshaw
They're red
show was
eyes,
kind
aren't
of cute.
Look,
It was kind of cute.
That mammoth had definite size, and it was coming for me. Okay, I defended myself
Sure.
with my axe. This
The
axe. This axe
the
right here.
the doors to the inn open, and you see Krim and Hura come back in, but this time with a third person who is quite tall, human, with who seems to be about maybe 50 years old, with sort of like neatly kept grey hair and a scar that goes down his right side of his cheek. And Krim sort of like looks over to you guys and sort of whispers to him, and you hear him saying, "Yeah, they're the ones who were giving us a hard time earlier." And the guy comes over to you and he says, "Why, hello. I heard that my friend was not treated with the utmost respect that he might deserve."
Okay. I hear what you're saying, but it was just our friends are a bit socially awkward, and they were trying to strike up conversation about the catacombs.
I see.
It was a bit of a social blunder that came off
Social
came off a little more intimidating
Yes.
than it was intended.
Simply a misunderstanding.
Oh, good.
In fact, if they would like to join us, we will buy them a couple of drinks, and you too, sir.
In fact, there's actually a bottle of wine behind the bar for them. I felt a little bad for making them anxious earlier on.
The gnome says, "Hey, you hear that, Cura? They bought us a bottle of wine." And the half-orc goes, "Huh, bottle of wine? Oh, I like brandy."
Oh, can I try and get the barkeep's attention?
No.
How much for brandy?
It sort of depends what kind of bottle you want. We've got some good stuff in the house.
Scrimshaw, stop it. Don't let them play you like this.
Maybe the second cheapest.
Yeah, that'll be 100 gold, please.
Whoa! What?
No.
Oh, what about the cheapest?
10 gold.
A trump.
Yeah, like, where are you getting your brandy from?
I mean, 10 gold for a bottle of brandy. Like, there's a lot of brandy in a bottle. It's good brandy.
You know what? Sure. Here you go. I will give them 10 gold.
Okay, yeah. The human who stood by you says, "You're the Clive 5, are you not?"
Maybe.
5/6. It depends on the day.
Yeah, it's
Why
it's
are you
a
asking?
metaphorical 5.
Why are you asking?
Oh, I've just, I've seen your likenesses in the paper. Some interesting stories about you, I've heard.
I'm
What?
sure you have.
Did they
What's
tell
your
the one
favourite?
about the mammoth?
Well, that is a favourite of mine now.
They did not tell that one. I am Gaitan, by the way.
I'm sure.
He looks and says, "What?" He just like stares at you.
I'm very sorry. What do you like to drink?
You're not going to get away with just offending us in our inn.
Oh, this is your inn.
Well, it's urine.
Look, it's really not intentional.
Sorry,
We a lot of our time is spent not socializing, so when we try, it can sometimes not go great.
Right.
I hope you give us the benefit of the doubt here.
Very well. You know what? I have no intention of picking a fight with you. Not here, anyway. It is quite
Why?
interesting.
Where would you want to pick a fight with us?
He looks over his shoulder at the gnome and the half-orc, and he looks back and he says, "You're going into the catacombs tonight, are you? Are you looking for something important?"
I know, we just need to do some exploring.
Exploring. There's a lot of stuff in the catacombs. Maybe you would like a guide.
Oh, we've actually got a guide already, thanks. We're just waiting for him.
And who's that?
It's insert person whose name Scrimshaw will probably remember because this was only
Yes,
an hour or two
I-
ago.
Right,
but
right.
It doesn't.
May I just suggest that his name is Bob?
We're not changing his name.
Oh,
It's- it-
Guide.
Rael.
Rael.
No, I didn't want to say the name because I don't think it's a good idea of them knowing who. That's why I said Bob.
Okay, well, Scrimshaw said insert person whose name it was. So,
Damn it! I was giving
Um,
people information, Richard. Stop it.
It's on brand.
Gaitan sort of goes, "Interesting. And you trust such an amateur with taking you down into the catacombs? What if he gets lost?"
oh, we'll just, teleport out. That's
No,
fine.
we just teleport out. We're kind of magic.
He
Yeah,
turns over
see?
his shoulder and he says, "Is that likely to work down in the catacombs, Krim?" And Krim says, "I've seen a few wizards going down in the catacombs, but never seen them come back up again." Gaitan says,
Can I do an insight check on that?
"Yeah, doing this check."
Alright, core insight. Where's my eye? Insight, there it is. Sorry.
With my eye in your face.
In my head alphabet.
I'll whisper to you. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Gaetan goes, I think it's something to do with probably how deep you are down in the catacombs. Or the fact that the soil around VL is very heavily laden with lead.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, actually.
Why?
Is that naturally occurring?
The lead deposits in the soil, I don't know. I am not a geologist.
Hmm.
But I could make you an offer which is far more likely to get you what you need, provided you tell us whatever it is you're looking for.
Well,
Are you going to make the offer first? Or do we have to tell you first?
Well, let's put it this way. Me and my compatriots will escort you into the catacombs. We will keep you safe from whatever strange and uncanny things that might be down there. And at the end of it, you get whatever you've come for, and we've explored a little bit more.
How can we be certain that you're not the
May
amateur
we
here?
just confer
Respectfully.
for a moment? Kind human.
Hmm.
I
What?
think I've...
What is that,
I think
Gil?
there are a few people speaking at once there.
Sorry, I think I keep DCing anyway. I was just saying, can we confer for a moment?
Between you and Gator?
The party, probably.
Oh.
No.
I see. He says, yeah, for sure. Me and my compatriots will sit at this nice space that you have kept warm for us. How about that?
Want it back?
Sure, I'm not attached to any particular seating.
Krim goes over to Gira and sort of like nods to him to get off the chair.
Suddenly more
How
confident.
rude. Kira just kind of gets off and scumps off.
We have already made a commitment to the
We have.
the other fellow.
I say we reject this offer. I think everyone's going to want a piece of whatever it is we're looking for. I have no doubt they have some convoluted plan to do something else with their deal. I don't particularly trust them. But,
Besides, how
we've made a commitment and a deal, and we should uphold that.
I
don't
agree.
trust them one little bit.
As do I.
how are we also like
Good.
how are we certain
So we tell these fine gentlemen that we are against the
Soft.
deal, and we...
Well, say that we're only declining because we've already made a deal. And we want to
And
honor
they
that.
sketchy as fuck.
Well, my only concern with that, Miss Morna, would be that they might do something to our friend Rial in the event that we say that because we have a contract already, or an agreement, that we cannot. So I think we just say, no, we've made our mind up, and not refer to him in it.
Okay.
Agreed?
Agreed.
I
agreed?
think we're all on the same page.
Gary just kind of moves his glasses up, his nose a little bit, and turns around. I don't know who's going to speak. Grimshaw, you tend to do this, or
I mean, I would do it, but I'll probably say it in a way that will start a fight. So maybe
yeah,
Scrimshaw should say it.
yeah, you have already ticked them off a little.
Well,
Yeah,
it was easy to tick the little one off.
For some reason Krim doesn't like me either, so it's not best, if I probably say.
Okay, sorry. Thanks for your offer, but I'm afraid we're going to have to turn you down.
Ah, what a shame. Very well, I'm sure our paths will cross again.
I look forward to it.
It sounded rather ominous.
Don't forget your bottle of brandy. Is it brandy?
You look over at Hero and it's gone. Like the bottle was just drunk. He says,
Nice.
I respect
thanks
that.
a lot.
I give him a thumbs up.
Quite
Yeah.
a constitution you've got there.
He's swaying a bit.
Even so, it's a bottle of brandy.
Well, I'm sorry for being such a bore, but me and my compatriots have some business to talk to. So if you are not going to give us any employment, then we will go. But it has been nice meeting you finally after so long. I obviously have heard so much.
Of course, enjoy drinks.
Do you have a business card? I've learnt that word tonight.
Oh, I have one. If you want one, in like another business.
No, we already have one of yours, Mr. Hero. They're delightful.
I don't have a business card, but if you want to get in contact with me, ask around this inn for the architect.
Oh.
That's a fancy nickname you've got there. How's that
Sounds
come
like a
about?
wrestling name.
Well, surprisingly, I did get it from my days of wrestling. Tarsat Wrestling Federation. Tarsat WE.
My TWE days.
Yeah.
In before Roxon abandons the Clive 5 to become a wrestler.
Okay, so him and Krim and Hero go off, but they're actually led behind the bar by the innkeeper. But are you just going to sort of sit around and wait for Rael to come back?
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
is Gothric / Zach here? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Just noticed he's been quiet.
Is it just the mic?
No.
Hello?
Fine to me.
Yeah. He's been talking. He has been talking.
Oh, can you not
I
hear
haven't
him?
heard him. No, I haven't heard him at all.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, he has been
Oh my,
talking.
I apologize
Ah.
profusely if I've interrupted you, Zach.
I-
for some reason.
I
really
was
apologize. You're on mute for me. For some
Yeah,
reason.
he's talking right now.
It's,
I was
for me, it's just,
wondering.
it says he's muted. Muted by me. Why wouldn't I have been muted?
Matthew
How
Baker.
rude.
I apologize.
Wow.
Talk, Zach. I think I should do you now. Sorry, I'm really sorry if I feel like I've been. Oh my god, that's really.
No, I was just wondering because like it sounded like some of what I was saying was coming through, and then other things weren't coming through. So I was wondering if my mic was cutting out.
I
I
apologize.
mean, we should do a test where everyone can like hear everyone next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gira had a single blocked ear when on the side that Gothric was.
I hate
Yeah.
it when that happens. I hate it.
Oh, I just have that all the time, pretty much. So
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sucks.
Sorry.
I
I had it on both sides once and couldn't
Oh.
barely hear.
So you're just deaf.
Yeah, I was basically just kinda deaf.
Yeah.
And when I
Yes.
finally got them water picked
Hmm.
by the doctors, they the world just sounded so loud
Yeah.
that when I got in my car, I thought my car was broken at first because it was too loud.
Wow.
And I could hear all the cars going past. I was like, they sound really close. They sound so loud. Is my door not shut? I can really easily hear that car.
Oh damn. Okay, so going back to the game.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you guys wait around for another hour or so, and eventually, stumbling through the door, just as the inn begins to clear out for the night, is Rael carrying a massive bag just full of like supplies and adventuring equipment and hooks and like little like nails and stuff to stick in walls and all that stuff, ropes and all that jazz. He slumps the bag down right by the table and he says, "Well, it looks like you guys have prepared."
Yes, we've been drinking
Yes. No, we did go and buy some rations.
and drinking.
Well,
This is how we prepare for adventure.
I don't blame you for having a little bit of a drink before a deep dive into the catacombs. It can be quite nerve-wracking at times.
Hey, we also had a little bit of a run-in with this bloke. He didn't seem to have the nicest opinion of you. Gaitan, his name is.
Oh, Gaitan, yes.
Did you laugh at his name too?
It's a very
Uh,
funny name.
I don't understand. the
Yeah,
humor.
I don't understand what's so funny. Anyway, yeah, he's quite well known within the sort of catacomb delving community.
Yeah, he seems like a prick.
Well, that's definitely probably true. But he has personal reasons for disliking me.
What did you do?
What did you do?
What did
Well,
you do?
it's not what I did. It's what my sister did.
Oh,
Hmm.
What did your sister do?
were they
Spill the,
together?
spill the gossip.
Well, let's not leave this poor man to the mercy of our own savagery. Sir, if you don't want to talk to us about what happened, please don't feel obliged.
Oh no, he has to tell us.
We have to. It's necessary.
Well, well, fuck it. You've paid me, and I kind of trust you anyway. My sister was to be married to Gaetan just last year, but everything, all the preparations had been made. The wedding had been planned. Both our families had paid the necessary people. But then there was a bit of a scandal, let's say, where my sister had relations with a minor noble in VL. Gaetan has not liked my family since.
That's fair. Well,
I mean,
it's not really fair that he wouldn't like you.
he also
Well-
comes off as a bit of a dick, so can't really blame her.
Well, the reason he doesn't like me is because him and his adventuring group wanted to take her away as such, and we put up a bit of resistance. A small fight broke out in the city, but the reason he's still here and is just because he's too proud to let go and leave.
Where is your sister now?
Oh, she stays with my uncle down in Rosenstadt.
In Rosenstadt. And when was the last time you contacted your sister?
Oh, well, I don't keep much contact with her, but we get regular updates. My uncle has a manor. He's a noble.
Why the life of the sewer for you?
Oh, well, just personal interest.
Well, I do hope your sister is safe.
For now, Gaetan seems to have got the message. He does harbour a lot of resentment against me, and quite a few people, actually. But he's been so successful recently because of he made most of his money because of all the mobs that were running around the free cities. He did a lot of work for them.
Oh.
So when he said he would very much like to meet us again, it probably means to steal everything we've got and kill us, right?
Maybe.
By any chance, would he be negatively affected by the Black Hands disbandment?
Oh, almost certainly. They were one of his biggest clients.
Oh,
okay.
From what you told me the other night, Scrimshaw, you were instrumental in...
Yeah.
Oh, is this a bad time to raise this? Well, no, it's just, But I was thinking that perhaps Gaetan might harbor a grudge for you fine people.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds like that would
makes
give him
sense.
a reason to dislike us. Though, I guess it's one of those things, where you kind of dislike someone for something, but you can't really hate them for it.
May I propose that
oh,
we
how-
adjourn our mission down into the Catacombs? I suddenly don't feel all that safe.
No, don't be a
What's
wimp.
that?
It'll be fun.
Trust me, Gira, you're not gonna be safe the whole time you're with us. You're probably gonna face certain death many times.
Oh yeah.
Part of the job.
Well, I do hope the storm has a good reason for me to be here.
I've nearly died quite a few times.
I have
don't worry.
died several
In-
times.
in past experience, it's generally been the rest of us that face certain death, and the cleric is just witnessing and reversing a certain death.
Yes, that's a good point. Do we have any diamonds?
Please tell me we have diamonds.
Gira, do you have any diamonds?
Why would I have such magnificent items? Such as
You know
that?
how to revive people, right? You're a cleric.
Of course I do. Wait, hold on. I might have one lurking around here.
Okay, so maybe that's something we should have gone to buy.
Perhaps.
Well,
Will there be any shops open?
I thought everyone had
No.
a diamond on them except for Gira.
What was that, sorry?
I thought everyone had diamonds on them.
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm pretty
think,
sure they were all given to
I
Yeah,
think they were in
yeah.
Renleaf's inventory.
Lol.
That bitch! Done it again! Damn cleric!
She had 4 diamonds.
May I
We're setting them all
recommend?
combined right now.
I
Um,
recommend we stop giving all the diamonds to one person.
I'll say you guys can have those 4 diamonds because you definitely would have.
Okay. Thank
Oh,
you.
I suddenly have 5
Thank you
diamonds.
for the
Taken them.
generosity.
Oh,
Yeah.
something's in my pocket.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whoop! Oh, a diamond just grew. Have you got a diamond in your pocket? Or you
Accept
just...
the diamond. Are you happy to see?
Wait,
Wait, I
just
thought that was a
happened to see-
tallstone. Oh, yes, that's a diamond.
No, I just feel slightly nervous, that's all, about descending into this catacombs, when it seems like many of the folk around here want to kill you both. And Gira looks at the party and Rio.
Oh, I don't think. Well, I mean, I don't think most people would be silly enough to pick a fight to the death with us.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they know.
They're just people, right? We can kill them very easily. if they
I
come
mean,
after us.
that's not the goal.
But if they do come after us, blam blam.
If
If
they put us
anybody-
into a self-defense position,
If anybody here has witnessed our fight to the death in Barathon, where we slaughtered this squire, and it was hilarious,
No!
by the way,
Oh,
Yes.
oh
and nobody's gonna mess
Not
with
the
us. Trust me.
squire.
Excellently done, Scrimshaw, by the way.
I tell you what, it was the funniest
Oh.
bit was he was about to get out of the water, home free, javelin.
I don't think I've heard
Dead.
that story.
it's well, I mean, it's not one some of us are.
It's not this. This was not one the Jedi would tell you.
It was a hell of a shot with the javelin. You got to.
It really was. I
It
was
was a
impressed.
great shot, well comically timed.
We look. We were forced into a self-defense position against a helpless squire.
I mean, we did
And-
kind of choose trial by combat. It wasn't really
Oh.
self-defense. We decided to go for trial by combat.
We could have used
yeah, but trial by combat or a rigged trial by non-combat.
Please.
Is it really a
please,
choice?
people? This is a man's life you're talking about. I would prefer you be courteous about his demise, and not treat it as some court-like game.
Well, listen, I don't think Gaetan has it out for me. Really, he just dislikes me. Surely he would have killed me by now if he really wanted me dead.
What? I don't think we've given him a reason to want to kill us.
No, yeah, you just
that we know
pissed him
of.
off a
Look,
bit.
we've gotten so accustomed to, in our line of work, people just being like, "Oh yes, kill straight to death," not just like insult someone and then split ways and live your own lives. Just kill. We need to kind of get over that a little. Not everyone wants to kill people they don't like.
Well, you
I know.
say that.
This is civilization.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but since I've been stranded in this continent and from my memory, all I've seen is the savagery of humans, and I'm not thoroughly impressed.
You need to meet some orcs, my friend. They probably kill each other a lot more than people kill each other here.
You should come and meet my family. If you think these lot are savage.
I wouldn't say I'm particularly savage.
You punch people to death.
You literally grab people and repeatedly punch them in the face until they die.
It's that.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, I guess.
You're probably the most savage one here.
If anything,
It's
you
quite
kill
terrifying.
you kill people in the most brutal way. At least my axe is kind of clean. You just beat people to death. I kind of admire it, actually.
Thanks.
Well, just remind me not to go on your bad side.
Perhaps I should get some brass knuckles.
Rial, is there these catacombs? Is there lots of place for ambushes and things, or do you know a way to avoid those types of places?
Well, because I don't exactly know where we're going, and just sort of hoping we stumble across something with Scrimshaw's guidance, then possibly. But they don't know where we're heading, or at least we have that on them.
Also, we heard about cannibals.
Oh, yeah, those myths. Cannibals.
I don't like the way you- I don't-
aren't a myth, but
Hang on.
cannibals are a myth.
Hang on, sorry, dial it back a second. I don't particularly like the way you laughed there.
I mean, listen, there's plenty of, I've seen plenty of weird shit down in the catacombs. I've seen cults, I've seen people doing little rituals, I've seen people just coming down there just to get away from it all. But I've never seen any cannibals. Those sound like little explorers' tales that are told to people to stop them straying too far, otherwise you'll be killed and eaten by the cannibals. Most of the cults down there are fairly non-violent. They just sort of look at you weirdly until you go away.
Oh, well, that's pleasant. A non-violent cult. That's quite unique, actually.
I mean,
I would
it's far
just
more
like to-
common than the violent cults.
I would just like to say I don't like being looked at funny, and I might get angry and violent if they do that.
Well, maybe you should hold your nerve.
I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of the primitive religions in this continent are really as well. Cults, with Pentasta, and
So weird. A cult that's based in the catacombs. Who would do that?
No.
Why are we laughing?
No reasons.
Let's go.
Yeah!
All right, yes.
Fuck it, let's go.
Are we ready to set off? I don't know. Were we supposed to bring any extra equipment? You seems like you've got a pretty hefty bag there.
I should have enough for us all, but if you could maybe help me carry it, one of you?
I can.
I'll send
Looks
it.
at Roxon.
Yeah, just look at. Yeah, I imagine every set of eyes just turns to Roxon.
Yeah, give me the gear.
Cool, thank you. You just pick up this really big bag, but it's fairly light, so there's not too much in there.
For me.
Doesn't look as big anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
He says, "All right." So he starts to lead you out into the main part of the town until you come across the river, and he takes you across one of the bridges and down onto the actual riverside where there's a couple of boats that are docked in, and there's a sewer grate that is leading into the water from there. He says, "This is one of the ways into the catacombs. We've got to go through the sewers for a bit, but just." Be quiet, okay? There's guard patrols down the sewers, and well, I don't really want to deal with them.
Is this illegal?
Well, define illegal. They don't know what we're doing.
So, every
So-
week, a group of catacomb delvers meet up rather well known in a pub, and the guards don't do anything about it, even though it's not exactly legal.
Well, it's not illegal to go into the catacombs. It's just that many of the methods to get into the catacombs require, breaking personal property, breaking sewer grates and stuff, like the one we're about to break.
Ah.
Sorry, since when have we cared about doing things which are illegal?
It's just
There we go. Anyway.
that's true.
I mean, if we can do things the legal way, then that's preferred.
Yeah,
but that's
if
the
it's-
most boring way.
Yeah, but if we do it the illegal way, it's usually easier.
Listen,
Also, what's going to happen if we get caught?
listen. There's a lock on this grate here. If one of you can open it for you, I can give it a try. I'm not amazing at these
Ah.
things, but
Oh,
I pull out
good.
my gun. I
No,
got it.
it's fine. I'll do
I
it.
pull
I'll
out
do
my
it.
axe.
yeah, no guns, no axes.
And Avenger.
I
I pull
I'll
out my
do it,
Balgura.
Do you
Okay.
want me to do a thief stool?
Yeah, if you do two stools.
I pull out the hand grenade I've had stored.
Okay. That's enough. So after a couple of minutes of picking away at it, you hear it as the lock, like this sort of rusty lock on the sewer grate, comes loose, and the sewer grate creaks open. You hear the drips of a sewer before you as a sort of pale, murky green, stinky liquid leads out for quite a while. He says,
Disgusting.
well, you haven't seen anything yet. There's plenty of bodies in these sewers. People like to bury them down here and, well, all sorts of weird things that feast on those things.
Wonderful. I pull out my gun.
Okay. So as you go through the sewers, what marching order do you guys want to go in?
I can go close to the front so I can get a good line of sight on people. I don't want to have to be aiming around the rest of the party to shoot something.
What's the light level like?
Right now, there's no light, so you're going to have to pull out a torch or something.
I'm going to use dark vision.
Okay.
I shall take
Oh,
one from
dark
Keith.
vision, what, for everyone? Or just for yourself?
I think I can only do it for myself, right?
Actually, who doesn't have dark vision?
E?
I think Dragonborns
Yeah.
don't have dark vision.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision. I can't.
I
see
don't think
that.
Dragonborn do. I remember the previous
Yeah. I
campaign.
think I do.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I
That's why I
don't-
said the Dragonborns don't.
Okay,
I thought you said they
yeah,
do.
so
No,
like-
no.
Does anybody
Um,
have a torch?
Rael just sort of digs around the bag and lights a torch. He says, "Guys, you must have something, right?" He walks. Ahead. Then he walks ahead. Who's behind him?
I'll go.
Okay, I'll go
I'll
behind
go-
the corner then.
Okay.
I'll stand in the middle.
I'll bring up the rear.
I'll go in front of Scrimshaw.
So Rael, Morna, Gothric, Roxon, Gira, and Scrimshaw. Okay, so can you all make a stealth check for me, please, as you begin to make your way down into the sewers?
Don't expect
Yay! No disadvantage anymore.
Well, that's Gideon. That's not Skira, that's Gideon all the time. No, no.
Oh, we're not rolling. So what I was saying.
Oh, I cast Pass Without
Hey.
Trace.
Probably should have said that before you rolled.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
cannot.
I'll-
It's up to you.
I'll have you know, I rolled above average on that 11.
Yeah, you should do pass without trace before you roll. Otherwise, you'd roll badly and then say I cast pass without trace. So the rolls are based on like at the time. So if you need to do another stealth check, you can do it before then. Okay, so you guys making your way down. It's hard to be super stealthy because it's quite wet and your feet do splosh a lot into the puddles and stuff. However, as you make your way down into the sewers for about maybe a mile, you seem to be going parallel to a lot of the river. And he says, the entrance should be up here. And he comes up to like a big loose bit of brick that has been pushed, covering a gap. Almost where like there's like a sort of junction where a lot of the sewers come to meet in the center. And he says, okay, yeah, this is it. And he pulls aside this large collection of bricks, which sort of just piles down, and it reveals this very narrow twisting tunnel. That's lined with like bones and skulls, and as he sort of pulls the bricks off, a brick falls down and crushes a skull, and this like small puff of dust shoots out, like poof, as well as a couple of rats which panically scurry out past your feet into the sewers. The skull itself shatters like a clay pot as it sort of like goes and like sort of echoes along the sewers, and he turns around and says, "Well, I better get used to that sound. I'm gonna hear a lot of that."
Lovely.
Oh, don't worry, we're used to the sound of skulls being crushed.
So, I guess I need to tell you about just some basic respects. Let's respect the dead while we're down here. No need to attract any unwanted attention.
That's fair enough.
Discretion.
Yeah, we are here in their home. Best remember that. So he then begins to sort of like squeeze himself through this narrow tunnel. The tunnel, it's basically difficult terrain as you squeeze yourself standing up sideways. Got Roxon. It's fucking a big squeeze for you, especially with the bag. But as you guys are making your way down this narrow,
can Gira do kind of like just before he goes in, just a quick like eye look left and right before he goes down?
Oh yeah, make a perception check. From your position, you're sort of one of the last going into the tunnel, so you can't see that far into the tunnel. But from behind you,
Kind of looking backwards. Like,
oh yeah, you don't really see anything around down the tunnel. But you guys begin making your way slowly into the catacombs. So these bones and skulls staring at you, almost following you with their blank, empty gaze as you begin to narrowly traverse down into this thin corridor. It carries on for quite a while before it opens up, maybe after half a mile or so. But can you all make me a dexterity check as well?
Not a save, just a check.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I must
Okay.
admit I'm a little bit frail, so I don't expect much here.
Okay, so you guys start making your way down, and Gothric, you're the third one. You feel your gun like attach itself onto the wall, and you can't like quite. You're trapped either end, and you're trapped back to front because obviously your back and front is like squeezed into this wall, and one of your guns has jammed yourself into the wall, so you can't really move much, and you're like, oh god, like I can't move. You're like sort of beginning to like panic. Claustrophobia is starting to set in. Roxon and Morna are either side of you. Morna's in front of you and Roxon's behind you. But Gira, as you do that as well, like your like one of your staffs or something is like also sort of trapped, and Scrimshaw, and you guys like stop moving basically at this point.
Alright, can I have a look at what my gun is exactly jammed in?
Yeah, make a perception check with disadvantage, considering that there's quite low light, and also you can't really like move that much to see like what's actually going on. Okay, still pretty good.
Can I do the same for Gira?
Yeah, you can make just a regular perception check for Gira. Nice. So
Thanks, friend.
Scrimshaw, you can't quite put your finger on it. You like take a couple of steps back and you look, and Gira just has his staff is stuck, and it's like at a point where the catacombs seem to get a tiny bit narrower, which is probably why Gothric is also stuck. But Gothric, you're looking over your shoulder, and you notice that the actual like part of the barrel of your gun, which is actually detachable, is like stuck on a piece of like in a tooth or something, like in a mouth of a skull. But you could theoretically detach the barrel, but you'd need some assistance from Roxon.
Can I have a little help here, please?
Well, hold on a moment. Just
What?
make sure that what you're doing here isn't going to cause more issues.
I mean,
Right, just come here.
Is Gira clear of whatever it would be?
so if
You could back up probably a bit, Gira.
if
Yeah.
I were to detach the barrel, would that mean like I just lose that forever, or?
No, it just means that you'd have to reattach it, but it would take a
Alright,
little while to reattach it.
okay. Which gun is this anyway? It's a pistol or a pepper box?
It's Pepperbox.
Oh shit. Okay. Help, please.
Alright, I'll go and help free him.
Okay, then in that case, Roxon, if you make a dexterity check with advantage, because Gothric's helping you, but like because you're, you don't have proficiency on that, do you? No. Okay, that's fine.
I will.
No, it's fine. This is gonna be it's the same because you don't have proficiency with saves anyway. So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's fine. You using Gothric's assistance and guide, you manage to take off the barrel and stow it away in his bag, and it sort of frees Gothric a little bit more. And Rael looks over his shoulder and says, "Guys, come on, we can't stay here too long."
That's my favorite gun.
Um,
I pull out my two pistols.
Okay, and Gira, sort of going back and unwedging yourself has sort of managed to solve the problem.
Okay. Well, thank goodness I have my walking stick again.
Rael says, "Yeah, this is the okay bit. A lot of these catacombs get very very narrow. We might have to crawl. Depends where we're going."
I put my guns in my bag so that they don't get lodged on anything, and I don't have to disassemble any other guns.
So the after about another 20 minutes of walking down these tunnels, the catacombs open up, leading to a sort of central hub almost, with two forks coming off it, and you see on one fork, the left one, there's quite a lot of red paint. You're not quite sure whether it's blood or not. It's just red paint that has like occult style symbols on it, and the right one, which has nothing, and you feel a slight breeze, but Rael sort of lets you all out of the narrow tunnel, and you have a moment to breathe, and he says, well, I've only ever been down the right one, but if we need to stick to the river, the left one is where we go, but it's your choice." You see the strange occult symbols there.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I mean, if we gotta follow the river, then we have to go that way, right?
If it's where we need to go.
Scrimshaw, do you feel anything?
Can you feel it, Scrimshaw?
Pull out my pistols.
I'll try and think back to Morna teaching Scrimshaw how to meditate, and try and focus in on any feelings.
Yeah, make a general wisdom check.
Which you should
Not
be
good at
wonderful
these.
at.
Just start screaming.
You are now mad. No, from what you can tell, there's nothing really calling you to go anywhere, except there's actually quite a nice cool breeze coming from the one on the right, but the one on the left has this sort of damp, musty sort of, seems to go further down into the ground rather than towards the opening again.
No, not working. Nope. No special sense today.
I'm very
we're going the
disappointed
left
in you.
way.
Not really sure how that works anyway, but
Hey, he doesn't meditate often. He just needs to refine his abilities.
Well, say this, when we get out of here, I'm going to sit you down and teach you a way to do it. Deal?
sure.
Is he gonna have the
Yeah,
sound?
I mean,
He's gonna have to listen to the sound of your soothing voice.
I'm happy to do it for everyone.
Sure.
Group meditation session. Sounds
Group
wonderful.
meditation session. Wonderful.
I don't do that.
Oh, you will.
No, I won't.
Come
I
on.
mean,
No,
yeah.
don't touch me.
left, I guess. Yeah, it's apparently where we need to go. But obviously, you're the expert. If you think you'd have a better chance of getting where we need to go, following the other route, then
No, I have to say I think that going left is probably the best route.
okay.
Go left then.
Then lead on. And unless you want one of us to go in front of you for protection, these markings on the wall.
Well, we're not as
So-
cramped anymore, so maybe someone can go in front.
I can go in front. Got my pistols out in front.
Okay, so
Can you see? Do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
Oh, okay, cool.
Gothric and Mona in the front then now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Rael has gone in more towards the middle. Okay, so you guys begin walking down this tunnel, and you notice that a lot of these markings on the wall, markings that you haven't seen before. Does anyone speak Infernal?
Oh, yes,
No.
I do.
Okay. A lot of these markings are just names. But a lot of the names you don't recognize. Make a religion check for me.
Is it like Grazed was
It's like you definitely seem to think they're names of demons. You do see. All right. So as you're going down the tunnel and sort of inspecting these infernal things, there are two that you recognise, and then 4 others which you're not quite sure, but you've definitely heard them somewhere. The 2 you recognise are Ashigal and Armistice. And then you also recognise 4 other names, but you don't. It doesn't ring a bell where you exactly remember it from, but you recognise the names Jitters, Angst, Blight, and Creeps. Creeps.
Huh.
There you go. They're the names.
Slightly strange. There's demon names on the wall.
Oh, charming. We're going to meet some demon cultists. Those sound wonderful.
I mean, isn't Scrimshaw like? Don't worry.
It's yet to be determined.
TBD.
I mean, just looking at the horns coming out of your forehead.
I'm pretty sure you're a demon.
I mean, I was told that was a
you
choice to hold trays.
Oh,
Do not berate this man of his physical features. He looks beautiful, if I may say so.
No one's ever called me that before.
Would you like us to leave you be?
What is wrong with beautiful? Beautiful is a word you all could describe. You're all quite beautiful, and I'm sure these cultists will be too. Come on.
They won't be after Morna's done punching him in the face.
All right.
Only if they put us in a self-defense position.
Or we could just,
they're demon cultists.
they're probably not.
You
gonna
know,
be
it
friendly.
might just be a bunch of kids being edgy. You know.
Yeah,
And how did
I mean-
I don't know these names or speak infernal.
Even if the kids are, even if his kids, we could punch them
Yeah.
just for being annoying.
Also, if a kid tries to sacrifice me to their Dark Lord, I will shoot that kid.
I will.
Or
also-
maybe tell them off.
If a child tries to stab me, I will decapitate them.
It's a general rule of thumb. If someone's trying to kill you, you kill them.
Well, yeah, but if it's some children, they're not really a threat, are they?
Can I at least kick them really hard?
If they stab you, then I mean, I guess. Just try not to kill them, you know.
Well, I kick very hard. I probably.
That's what I'm worried about.
I very much doubt it's children.
Like,
Rail,
I don't want to be kicked by you,
No,
and I can
no.
take a kick much
Who
better
would
than
you
a child
rather
can.
be kicked by, me or Roxanne?
I mean, neither really.
Yeah, but if you had to choose,
If one of us had to kick you.
Is this a threat?
no.
No,
just
we're just saying if one of us
One of
had
us
to
had
kick you,
you.
there is a
Who
gun
would
to
you
your
choose?
head. One of us has to
I-
kick you.
Please, please.
I
Quick,
mean,
go
I
for it, go
guess.
for it.
It's just,
Right.
just for comedic effect.
I guess Morna, because they're a little more controlled.
Please lower your tone. I thought I heard something up ahead. And
Yeah, we carry on.
Anyway, basically, well, it has maybe more controlled, but you know,
Can we just carry on? This is wasting time.
fine.
Okay,
we'll talk
yeah,
about
let's,
this later.
you're
Yeah,
rather loud, aren't you?
What?
Well-
Okay, yeah, I think I heard it too. Let's walk on.
What did you say?
Would I be able to suggest that maybe more? Oh, if you're speaking, Mike, we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah. I can see you lighting up on Discord, but cannot hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, now we hear you.
I accidentally muted myself. I've been speaking for ages. So,
Weird
Oh.
how we saw you lighting up, yet you were muted.
well, I'm on push to talk. So,
Oh.
where was I? Oh yeah. So as you guys begin, you do as Gira said that he hears something. You do actually hear from coming up above this very low, like chanting sound and a sort of humming, which definitely sounds like it's created by people, but
Do they sound like children?
no, they don't sound like children. But Gothric, you can make a perception check for me because you're up ahead.
Alright.
Oh, I was just about to suggest that maybe Morno would be better off going up ahead.
You can both do individual. ones.
Okay.
Do I recognize the language? at all?
Probably too far away to really make out any words so far. You just hear it's almost like the low rumblings and slap back off the wall of syllables, more like sort of like S's and P's, like sort of bouncing off the walls, and a very low humming that seems to permeate the whole stone around you. So, Gothric and Morna, you hear that maybe it definitely sounds like a choir as you stop and begin to listen to it. And you also do see from quite a bit up in the distance this pink light spilling across the corner. Rael sort of pushes his way up past you and says, "Okay, guys. These are some cultists. We should just be chill. They probably won't wish us any harm as long as you stay away from them."
Okay.
Alright. Define maybe.
Well, I mean, usually it's just me or one other person around here, so I can just slip by them.
Is it
But-
easy to slip by them then?
Well, I've never been to this part of the catacombs before. I don't know who these guys are.
Alright. I'll keep my guns out in case they want to kill us.
Yeah, as we get a bit closer, I'm going to cast Pass Without a
I
Trace.
tie my shoes to make sure my kicks will be.
By the way, Gothric, you do realise that if you were to fire them in here, it would probably deafen us all.
Oh, great. This is my defining feature now. I have to stick to my short sword.
Do you not have your bows and bow and arrow?
No, I gave that up.
You're not just going to... But they don't weigh anything. Oh, just don't. Goodness sake.
See?
Well,
Idiot.
listen, let's just hold on to that for now, shall we? Let's just see what we can do, sneak past them. And as you make your way slightly down the tunnel, on the left, you see this very small hole, which you could probably crawl down on the left. And now you're definitely sure that up ahead there is like some sort of cultish, like little undercity almost, not undercity, but like almost under little village. That a few people now you've seen the silhouettes of a couple and shadows of a couple of people walking through. As you hear this humming, which is beginning to like start to be more pronounced, and although actually I don't think any of you recognize the language.
Is it in Common, Orcish, or Elvish?
No.
Or Infernal, or Faranese?
Is it in
Primordial?
giant? Is it in giant?
No.
Primordial, Cyril, Faranese, or Common?
No.
Damn.
No undercommon on mine.
It's not undercommon either. Yeah. You hear this language, but you can't really make it out. But Aral sort of points to this hole which is in the wall, and he looking down it. You're not quite sure where it goes, and he says, and he gets out the map that he has on him, and he sort of looks, and he says, "This way does go further towards the river."
Oh, let's go this way then.
Well, hold on. It's not a trap or anything silly like that, is it?
Well,
Well, we won't know until we go there.
I mean, it depends. We might be able to go where we need to go through these cultists, but we might be able to go around as well.
If
I
we
think
go,
it's better to go around. Shall I try and go down the tunnel first and then come back to tell you
So
what's down
the tunnel is very narrow. You'll have to crawl down it on your belly.
there? Okay. Can we see the end of it?
No, not from where you are. It does twist a bit, and it goes down as well.
Oh god. Reminds me of that horrible tunnel that guy got stuck in.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to it.
Okay, in that case, maybe I can go down first with a rope attached to my foot, and then if anything happens, you guys can pull me back out again.
I don't mean to be crude, but it's probably a bad time to say I suffer from a light bout of what you humans call claustrophobia.
Really? You would have thought you would have told us this before you decided to delve deep into the catacombs.
Well, the storm was telling me, but quite
Oh
frankly,
my god. Stop talking about the storm.
Okay, should we take a break there then?
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay, so see you in like 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Bye. See you in a bit.
Right?
the conversation.
Yeah,
came up
because
to-
I've unmuted the stream.
Awesome.
Okay, so oh my god. Okay, so you guys were just making. Oh yeah, you guys were coming down this tunnel. You hear these cult humming. You know, this pinkish light spilling past a corner, and you see the occasional shadow of people walking up and down. Voice is hushed as you're deliberating whether to go down this very strange-looking tunnel, which seems to almost incline down a little bit before it goes out of sight, which is a very, very narrow squeeze, or to carry on towards the cults. What would you like to do?
I think I've offered to go down first with a rope attached to my leg so I can be pulled out if there's an issue, but I'm not a huge fan of doing this plan. I think we should just walk past the cultists.
You know what it looks like in there, though, Mona?
What?
Dim light.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I always thought maybe I could go first. Because if anything happens, I might be able to get out easier than anyone else.
Maybe if I shoot in there, I can deafen all of them. So they can't use their special magics.
I think that maybe we should just walk up and past the cultists.
Just be respectful, I guess.
Yeah, let's be respectful of the creepy demonic religion.
Sounds like a great idea. Maybe we could even join in on their song.
Yeah, I hear from what I heard, it's quite catchy. You know. Oh no.
Shakira,
Alright, then.
Shakira.
They might actually
To
think Gira is
sacrifice.
a demon, to be honest. Just like, have they seen the Dragonborn?
Kill Gira, kill Gira.
Yeah, I think we should just walk past them and hope for the best.
I swear, Kilgira means something else in Infernal.
Balgora, Balgora. Okay. So, are you going in the same order? Gothric and Morna, then Rael, then...
I would quite like to go first, just because I've got a bit high deck save and a bit more perceptive.
Okay.
All right, Mona can go first, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got my short sword out now because I don't want to stop hearing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you are making your way further down this tunnel, and the pink light begins to grow brighter and brighter and brighter, until to your right there's a bit of an opening in the tunnel, and actually, can you all make stealth checks? Sorry for me. So, did you want to do?
I think Mona said earlier.
Oh, is Mona just going on? Are you on your own, Mona?
I
ahead?
thought, like Mona said earlier, she was doing pass without a trace.
Yeah.
I'll do pass without trace.
That's fine. That's fine.
I am
Good job,
super
kid.
stealthy.
Oh, that's a 43!
43 on
So
your stealth
stealthy.
check. Nice. That's a good.
Wanna go?
Okay, Mona, you are so stealthy you have phased out of existence. So hope you're happy.
Reroll.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd Mona go?
Why is Batman now in the group?
Where is she?
Okay,
Where is she?
so you guys all managed to come up to this open doorway, which the actual door is open, and it's this black doorway with lots and lots of different sigils on it, and some of them you recognize as Infernal, some of them are in a language none of you understand, but it just still seems to be names from the look of it. Again, the Ashigal and Armistice are big ones on there, plus the 4 others I mentioned earlier. And beyond the doorway, there's maybe 30 or 40 cultists sat in a room on stools with these golden masks on, all humming, like...
Oh, great. Cannibals.
And you see there's a cultist at the head of the thing by an altar that has what seems to be like a big bottle filled with probably what is blood. And you're watching as he like dabs a bit of blood on his thumb, and one by one cultists are going up to him, and he's sort of like drawing a symbol on their foreheads in blood. like they're taking off their masks, and he's drawing like a symbol in blood on their foreheads, and then they put the masks back on. But the golden masks seem to be shiny. They don't cover their mouths, so they go just over their eyes, but they also are quite spiky, and they go out quite a bit wider than the head, and they end in these sort of 3 or 4 spikes that come out perpendicular to like the actual direction the head's looking. Other than that, yeah, you seem to be not noticed by them just yet.
Nice.
Can we just go past?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll walk past
Guys,
them.
confidence is key. Look like we belong here. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you skip one by one past this open doorway. They don't seem to notice you, and the cultist, the only cultist who's actually facing you, is too busy drawing blood on people's foreheads. But he doesn't notice you skip past. And then as you're going further into this little area, it's more and more like a little town underground. There's like torches on the walls, but the torches seem to be giving off this sort of pink light, and you've never seen anything quite like it before. And on further inspection, there seems to be a small stone, which is in the base of these torches, which is giving off pink light and no smoke at all. And it seems to be flaming like a torch, but as you get close to it, it seems to get colder as you get close to it rather than warmer. And you see there's a few tunnels that lead to different rooms. You see a couple of cultists at the end of one of the corridors just sort of standing guard in front of this big door, which is like gold. But Rael sort of says, is like looking through the maps in a moment where you have a bit of stealth, and he says, those 2 cultists, that big door is where we need to go.
Should we just ask them if we can go through?
Confidence is key. Act like we belong here.
I could literally make myself look like I do belong.
Yes.
Do that.
What about how? Sorry, I'm changing voice. How are we meant to get past as well?
We're his
Scrimshaw
captive.
distracts them, and then we stab them in the back.
I could tell them they're required in the main
Yes,
for the main ceremony.
We're your
And I'll
captive.
stand
I'm
guard.
pretty sure that back there's the main ceremony.
No. We can be your captives.
Yeah, they'd have to walk past you to go back to the main ceremony. So
Ooh, maybe not. I could just tell them that
We could just bum rush the door.
We'll just run
I could
through.
just make myself look like the guy that seemed to be in charge in there, and just say that we need to pass.
Okay, try it.
Yeah, go for
And
it.
if they say no, we'll just try and run through the door.
Go for it.
Wait, are you gonna kill them?
No.
No, just go for it.
Not until they attack us.
It'll be in
Self-defense.
self-defense. Just go for it.
Oh,
Rael
Big-
says,
big fan of
well,
trickery.
let's just put it this way. If these cultists find out that we've attacked them, they're going to be chasing us all the way down the catacombs. Let's just... Maybe... Can we make a distraction?
What kind of distraction were you thinking?
Well, and he like looks to his side, and there's a doorway that is slightly open. He creaks it open, and he says, "Come in here, come in here, come in here." And he sort of leads you in to what seems to be someone's bunk, like a couple of people's rooms, which is empty at the moment, obviously because of the ceremony that's going on. And he says, "Well, if you can get them to go down that way," pointing back towards the main ceremony, then we can just sneak through the door.
Right.
But I'm not sure dressing up as the guy. I mean, did you hear his voice? I didn't. They might be able to tell that it's not you.
Scrimshaw, can you make one of your little buddies? I'm pretty sure that'll get their attention. Or big buddies. Big buddies.
A Balgura?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, big buddy.
Yes.
I
Give
don't
in
think
to the dark
that's-
side,
I
Scrim.
don't think that's the play here.
I think that sounds
We're not
terrific.
the dark side. We're the good guys. Remember that.
Are we the good
You know, I
guys?
have to remind myself sometimes.
Like, how else are we gonna get them over there? I can't really do much.
Look, we can't debate this all day. Let's just
Gira has
have a
come
plan.
up with an idea, a plan, in spirit of your interesting Balgura suggestion, which I have heard of before once. How about you go disguised over to the main ceremony door as one of these cultists? You summon the Balgura in the room with all those fine cultists, and then you run and stay at the door and ask for help from around the camp. The two guards at the door come marching over, or probably more just running over, and then go, and then they'll go in and see the Balgura and think that their savior's arrived, and then we just nicely go through the door and you come back disguised.
That plan sounds brilliant. It's perfect. It is
There's
foolproof.
No,
That
flaw
kinda
to it.
sounds like murder.
No,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
look at what they're doing. They have blood. Where do you think they got the blood from?
Look,
They
they're
could-
not good
It
people.
could be from
Also,
them.
Could
we were
be animal blood.
We were also told by Caden that the cannibals wear golden masks, right?
Yeah, they're cannibals. That sounds like a great plan. I think that would work. That's the play.
No,
Let's do it.
Scrimshot, I think you should put the mask on. Why don't you try both? We'll try the mask thing. If they...
If they see through the mask thing, we're fucked.
No, we're not. Only Scrimshaw's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on. I just want to add that my
Nice.
plan did involve Scrimshaw wearing the mask too.
Yes. Okay. So I think we should try the mask one, where he just goes and tells them there's something in the.
And if they see through Scrimshaw, and he's fucked, then we have to go out and get him, and then the rest of the cultists will be chasing us through the tunnels.
Look, there's not many options.
Listen,
Let's
we
just-
might be able to find a way around, but we don't know how long is left of that ceremony, and we do not want to be here when those cultists come back.
Yeah, Scrimshaw, just go and try and.
All right. I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
I'm going to make myself look like not specifically the main guy, but just generic cultist. I assume they're all wearing like same robes and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone looks pretty generic.
Or just one last suggestion. Why don't we just I throw a lightning bolt in their camp and start a fire, and then they go investigate the fire, and we go.
Let's do this plan first.
Well, I don't.
I
Okay.
think this is our best bet. As much as I'm not
I
particularly keen of the.
I disagree, but it's up to you lot.
Okay, so you disguise yourself as a generic cultist of the
Generic
likes you've
cultist.
seen before.
Generic cultist number 32.
Okay.
Okay.
What
We
would you
only
like
have 31 members.
Wish me luck. Can you do the thing where you make people better at stuff, Gira? The guidance thing.
The spell that makes better people at things. I said those words wrong, I think.
Makes people slightly better at skills that they may try to carry out.
Possibly not today. Yeah,
It's a cantrip.
it is spell that I'm resistance. Sacred flame, light, thunderclap. What is it? No, I don't have it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, then just wish me regular luck.
Good
and
luck.
I shall.
Good luck.
Okay, not too loud.
Oh, sorry.
Good luck.
Then I shall head around. I shall disguise myself as generic cultist number 32
Okay, all right.
and head around the corner and
okay.
just start slowly walking towards the door.
Are you being stealthy?
No, just walking
Okay.
casually.
Okay. As you walk past, you hear somebody calling after you. And one of the two guards from the door has. This is as you're heading towards the main ceremony. One of the two guards from the door says,
Oh, sorry, no, this was towards the door.
Yeah, oh, just you're going back. Oh, you're going towards the door. Okay. As you make yourself known, walking around the corner, one of the cultists says, "Citizen, why have you left the ceremony?"
I've been sent for you. They said that the two of you were to go to the ceremony. It's
Make a deception check.
Everyone needs to. I'm gonna use a lucky point.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not great.
Okay. The one of the cultists goes, fair enough, and the second one goes, hold on a second, and says, have you even been initiated? And he comes out, he walks up to you, and he like tries to pull your mask off, but obviously his hand just goes straight through the mask,
Ah.
and he goes, what? I
I'd
guess
like to say in Infernal, I am new to the ways of Ashigal, but I am willing to learn.
Okay, he's definitely going to call the alarm. So he shouts out and he uses thaumaturgy, and his voice booms out, "Intruder!"
Oh, for
I
fuck's
turn to the party and go, Plan B?
Okay, so you guys should roll initiative for me.
I was gonna try and just hide.
You know, I hate to say I told you so, but
Yeah,
I told you so.
I messed the turn order thing up.
No, don't worry, you can't because we don't have the tokens on there. We're just going to do Theatre of the Mind for this.
Oh, okay.
Should have gone with the other plan, but I respect the fact you chose a plan, and that's fine. And we go with that plan.
Otherwise, we could have been there all day debating that.
Did he seem to recognize the words that I was speaking?
No.
You probably just thought you were putting a curse on him.
Sorry, hang on. Did you get a 20 on your initiative, Scrimshaw?
Yeah, nat 20.
Okay.
And also 20.
I also got nat 20 with plus 3.
Who am I waiting for? Gira, okay.
I did. I got.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so.
I mean, I go before Gira because my dexterity's higher? Or do we just roll for that?
You can just decide between yourselves, I don't mind.
You can go first.
It actually does not make a difference. So ignore that.
Fair enough.
Okay, and then that is going to be... Okay, so you guys... so Roxon, you hear this guy, Thaumaturgy, out, saying, we've got an intruder, as you begin to hear things scatter down the corridor as people are beginning to get to their feet. What do you want to do?
How far away is Scrimshaw and the other guy?
So the doorway from where you are is probably about 20 feet.
Gonna go up to the guy by Scrimshaw and swing.
Oh God!
Okay. Alright, so you burst out of the doorway. You begin running towards the one of
Screaming
the
and slobbering.
one of the cultists. Alright, make an attack. Okay, so you're doing Great Weapons Master.
Yeah. It's like every time I'm doing great weapon. I need to put. Oh, I want to rage as well. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That hits.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. First hit slashes up the side of the one who came up and confronted Scrimshaw. He just splits in half and just collapses onto the ground. As the other one, it's like takes a step back, just like
Hello.
But as you look, you split this guy open, and normally, as someone who would fall back, you see he just stands entirely upright, just split in half, and the two halves are just sort of like hovering, almost like upright somehow, still like held together by his legs, and he's sort of still alive.
I don't get another attack, do I?
Yeah, you have another attack.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, because okay.
You're at level 10.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that is a miss.
It's
22
higher than the
plus
previous.
25.
Yeah, well, he didn't say reckless attack. You just said great.
They're
Weapons
always
Master.
no. I said just then they're always reckless.
Okay, well,
I said that at the
FYI, you said that after you rolled that last one.
No.
Well, that was that was referencing Great Weapons Master, but it has previously been stated that every attack is reckless unless said otherwise.
That's fine. Okay, right. But yeah, please just say, just so I'm 100% sure. But okay, that's fine. That hits. Okay, the second attack slashes into him, and finally you manage to cut down into him, and both of his legs splay out, falling into two pieces on the ground, bleeding. He still is sort of wriggling, but you're not quite sure whether he's like a threat or not. But this guy is like not like a normal person would be instantly killed by this, but he seems to still be wriggling about. The other cultist is sort of like a little in shock, but just step back a bit. You're not sure what's going to be up with him? All right, so that's your turn. Scrimshaw, what are you going to do?
I'm going to... what would it be to try and open the door?
Action
or object interaction? Or...
It would just be a free action to just like test it. So, but you'd have to push past the other cultist. But that's fine. Yeah, the other.
Is there space to just walk past him?
The cultist will get no, because it's quite narrow. So the cultist will probably get an opportunity attack on you as you get up to the door.
I'm fine to have an opportunity attack. It's basically whether I would have to actually push past him or whether I.
Can walk past. You can just walk past him.
Take the attack.
Yeah, take the
okay. In which case, I'm going to throw up an armor of Agathis.
Okay.
And just walk past.
Okay, that is a 21 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay.
And I shall try the door.
Okay, the door is currently locked.
I'd like to just turn to him and just say, could you open the door for us, please?
Make an intimidation check.
Open the door!
Can I have advantage given that his friend was just chopped in half?
I think it sounds like he's chopped into quarters.
No, he's been chopped like properly down like the middle. So he's in two halves currently, just sort of flaying.
God, your rolls, Richard.
Yeah, not rolling
Terrible.
amazingly this game.
Oh, this guy's actually fine. Like, he saw that, and you look, as he almost has like a fake sense of fear on his face, and as you like look into his eyes, there's like a little flicker of something red beneath. And he sort of sort of smiles this sort of very toothy, cannibal-like smile. Like licks his lips with his forked tongue.
Smiling the way cannibals do.
He's gonna eat him.
Sit for me.
You just made his dinner easier.
Okay, so Morel is going to hop out. Is gonna like look around and sort of make his way slightly down the thing, but he's looking out for the people coming down the corridor. But he can't really do anything at the moment. Actually, he's just going to try and bash the other guy with a stick. Yeah, that's a miss. Gira.
Is there anything like we can drag down to kind of block the way?
Make a perception check for me.
That was a terrible roll.
The only thing you can sort of see that you could probably move into the way is one of the beds that you're currently in the room with, but that might take a couple of rounds to push to block the way.
That's not worth it. Alright, Gira's gonna put back his walking stick and pull out his hammer, his big two-handed hammer that's kind of on his back usually. And his eyes are gonna start glowing blue. And he's gonna cast this kind of blue energy and like touch his weapon, and it kind of goes between his necklace kind of like sort of amulet thing, and he's going to cast holy weapon on his weapon.
Okay.
And that's a bonus action, by the way.
Okay.
The cast, and then he's going to come over to the cultist who's looking at Scrimshaw and just like mash his head in.
Okay, make an attack.
I haven't done this attack yet, so it adds damage, and I just need to double check after I've done the attack what it adds.
Yeah, that's fine.
If that's all right. So it's Warhammer two-handed.
Okay, 10. I think misses actually. Yeah, 10 misses.
Okay. Weapon attacks made with if weapons okay. Okay. Apologies. I'm not sure if there's any. I guess I just walked towards.
Yeah. So you're making your way down into the actual tunnel now, by the door. Okay, Gothric.
I can't shoot, so I just run up to that guy and stab him a bunch, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got my short sword out.
Okay, so it's starting to get crowded here. So I think you've probably all the melee spaces around this guy are filled now. Pretty sure.
Well,
so like, yeah. So no, after you're there, no one else can get into melee with him.
Oh right. Okay. I stab him twice with my short sword.
Okay.
Boom.
That hits and
boom.
hits.
Boom and boom.
Okay, yeah, you run him through with the sword. A blow that would maybe kill a normal person. You notice that the blood splattering out seems to be a strange mockery of human blood. It seems to coalesce almost as the spray hits the wall. It begins to like piece itself together slightly. And you notice that the actual blood itself seems to be a lot more watery than human blood.
I'm gonna panic a bit. I'm gonna action surge and stab him twice more.
Okay.
Boom.
Nice.
And a boom. That's
Okay.
an extra D6 because it's savage attack.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna roll that now. Boom, boom, and a boom.
The second hit doesn't hit. Actually,
right.
yeah, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay, that hit. Yeah, so all right, that guy you slash in half as well, and his body collapses to the ground, spasming slightly as the blood spills out of him. But you're not exactly sure whether he's quite dead yet. But the actual entrance to the doorway is unobscured currently. Morna.
What the fuck are you?
I want to go and try and unlock the door.
Okay, make an action for Thieves' Tools. You push past Gothric and Scrimshaw and Roxanne, come up to the door, and just as you begin to hear people streaming down the corridor behind you, you fumble about. You're panicking slightly, but you hear as the door begins to creak open. Do you want to just immediately enter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it dark inside?
It's pretty dark.
I'm gonna shadow step as far as I can.
I'd say you can only see like 30 feet ahead of you.
I do have dark vision on. Is it?
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's because actually. Oh, okay. So as you look into the room, the actual room ahead of you. So there's a tunnel that goes about 20 or 30 feet, and then it opens up into a sort of circular room. But shadow step as far as you can, 60 feet. You go into the center of this room. Looking about, it seems to be what is around is this big like well that's full of blood right in the center of the room. You're sort of like shadow step near it. And a bunch of seats around, but like this is what they probably use for big big events almost. And on the other side of the room there's a doorway that leads somewhere else as well.
Okay, can I run over to the doorway?
Yeah, you can get over to that doorway, but you can't pick the lock this turn.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so the two bodies that are on the ground begin to suddenly coalesce, like very inorganically, like almost like magnets, just like start to reattach each other. And the two bodies on the ground, one's going to attack Gothric and one's going to attack Roxanne.
Alright.
As they like reach out and just like slash your foot. So on Gothric, the attack is a natural 20.
Okay.
So that's 21 piercing damage.
Cool.
And can you make a strength saving throw for me?
Let me just so 102 minus 28, did you say?
21.
Okay. Hang on. 2 seconds. Just changing my HP.
That's okay.
81 and strength save.
Okay, so you are grappled by this creature that's on the ground, sort of writhing together. And Roxanne, that is a 12 to hit.
No.
12 misses. Okay, and you begin to hear coming down the corridor behind you, streaming through, are a bunch of these cultists coming down. Roxanne, what are you going to do? So currently you're looking down. You see Gothric is actually grappled. Like as you guys are moving, Gothric has been like held by his foot, by the arm of one of the creatures that had been like slain and like fell to the ground.
I'll try and help Gothric get free before I go.
What do you want to do? Do you want to attack it, or do you want to try and pull him through?
Stamp on the hand.
I mean, you could probably try and chop it off with the axe.
Okay, I'll chop it off with the axe.
Okay, make an attack.
Just watch out for Gothric's foot.
All right, so reckless, great weapons master, all the jazz.
all that good stuff.
Okay. Okay, that hits. Okay, yeah, slicing down, you manage to chop the hand off the creature, but Gothric, you still have this hand attached to you, and it's sort of like writhing of its own accord on your leg, but you're free of the grip of the creature.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I don't know what to do.
Okay, so you're going to... Now what are you going to do?
I guess now I've freedom, I'll just go through the door.
Okay, so you begin running down the corridor. Go running down the corridor. You come into the same room that Morna is. Morna's currently by the far door, just waiting for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Hey, I probably can't see, I assume.
It's quite dark.
Yeah.
But there's nothing actually in the way that'll trip you over or anything.
Okay, do I actually know where Morna is in that room? Unless she goes, guys!
I mean, the light from the door that you opened is like giving dim light to most of the room now.
Okay, well, I'll go where I assume she's gone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, Scrimshaw.
I'll start moving toward her.
Okay, so in terms of distance to like the turning, how far is that from the closest ally?
The what?
The closest ally.
Oh, what do you mean the turning?
So maybe I'm misthinking this. So that in my head, there's like a corridor, and then it goes to the end of the corridor, and then it like turns off, and then think people are coming from there.
Yeah.
How far is that bit where it turns off towards the corridor from the closest ally in that corridor?
Real is currently right, like looking down around the corner. Like
it's basically, if I drop a Casmi on that corner, is that drone going to affect any allies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I will never forgive you for bringing more of those hellspawn into this world.
In that case, just a regular old Balgura on the corner.
Okay. So
cast summon greater demon.
let me just draw the map so you guys have an idea of what's going on.
When the theatre of mind was not good enough.
No, it was fine. It's just that Scrimshaws are out here, and then this room goes down a few more feet, and then sort of opens up like this, and then this is the door here, and then there's a well in the center. So Morna is here. Roxon is here. Scrimshaw's there. Gira. Gira's here. And Rael. I need a token for him. Just give him this token for now. Have I missed any? No. There you go.
I'm not there.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so Gothric, you're like here.
Okay, cool.
And then the actual bodies of the creatures are... I'm just going to have to, like, find sort of cultist-looking people for now. Here and here. So it's this one that had you in a hold, and this one that attacked Roxon. Other than that, that's basically how the situation is at the moment. And all the cultists are coming from down here at the moment. But you can't see around there at the moment. Okay, so Scrimshaw.
Sorry, you're cutting out a bit.
You cut out.
Okay, so all the cultists are coming from down there.
Oh, you cut out You cut out the exact same word again.
You know, I think if I ping, it cuts me out. So where I pinged before, that's where all the cultists are coming from.
Well,
Okay.
we should really
Right.
save our guide.
Yeah. Okay. So Scrimshaw, what are you going to do?
Okay, so I am going to throw a Balgura down over here.
Okay.
And kind of mentally command it to just stop anyone trying to come through.
Okay.
Yeah, just about so that it's not right next to our guide.
Okay. It's cool. Put that there.
And then start going this way, I guess.
Okay.
Save the guide. Oh my god.
All right, these two are going to attack of opportunity you
That's fine.
because they are on the ground. 23 and 22.
Both miss.
Oh, okay. That is Scrimshaw for you. Okay.
Just like, come on.
All right. So yeah, pushing.
Like the demon's ours. Just run.
Yeah. So pushing past them, you're good. All right. Is that your turn then?
That's me.
All right. Raoul is going to, seeing the Balgora pop out in fear, he's just going to run this. He's going to run down here. He's going to dash. Bonk. Like almost bump into Roxon and sort of gets it. He like looks around and he says,
Does he know?
what is this place?
It looks like he's run so fast he's left an after image where he was.
Oh, whoops. He's the Flash. All right, Kira.
Does the dashing doesn't cause an opportunity attack then?
It does.
It
Just
does.
Yeah,
It's just
they
they
use
had
both
both
their
used
reactions,
their reactions.
Okay. All right. Well, Gira's gonna just saunter past, past here, and I think I might use Spirit Guardians behind us.
Okay.
It's centered on you.
Oh yeah, Spirit Guardians.
Oh, does it stay moving centered on me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I won't do that. No, you got me. Yeah, Gira probably, he's quite prideful. He'd probably want to like stand there and do a disruptive wave as they all came in the corridor and keep them bunched up. But to be honest, it looks like they come back together. So Gira's going to come in here. Does it look like can I like investigate the magicness of the well at all quickly, just as we come past?
You can do an Arcana check.
Okay. I was just thinking of dispelling magic on it. Also.
I mean, we don't know what it does.
Yeah, you don't know whether it's.
No, I know. I guess Gira, just do a quick Arcana. check.
It actually
Gira-
stops the world from being destroyed.
Yeah.
It's a spell magic.
It's the sun well.
So this well, it's full of blood. There's a couple of chairs around. None of the torches are currently lit, and there's like golden writing on the side which you don't recognize. Pretty sure it's not a good thing, but you can't tell if it's magical
Can
or
you
not.
knock it over? Or
Oh,
can
the
I-
actual well itself is like built into the ground.
Okay.
Like you're not sure how deep the well actually goes, but
I don't think I have really anything that can just.
just jump in it and have a swim.
I'm gonna conjure water and just like throw some water to contaminate it. Lol. I don't think
No,
I've
my
really-
pure blood well.
Alright.
No.
Gary's gonna just like snot in it as he goes past. And that's,
Okay.
Went out cursed.
Yeah, the globule of spit just sits there on the surface. Yeah, just floating like a turd in the beach, on the beach, in the water.
And I guess this door here, if I got can I just kind of like push against it?
Yeah, you used the free action to sort of have a peek around at the moment, so
Okay,
currently
that's
not.
fine.
All right, Gothric.
Prying the hand off my leg would be an action, right?
Yeah, you'd have to do a strength check.
Alright. I'll do that then.
Okay.
Regular strength check, not a save or anything.
No, just a regular strength check. Actually athletics if you have athletics. You can add your if you have proficiency in athletics, you can add your proficiency bonus to whatever you just want.
I do, so that's 14.
Okay, 14. 14, yeah, that's fine. You manage to pry the fingers off and just toss the hand to the ground.
I am freaking the fuck out, and I just 5, 15, 20, and I just go about as far as I can, and I'm just like against the wall, breathing deeply, like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?
Okay, alright, Morna.
I'm gonna try and unlock this door.
Okay, make
Or
another
open
thieves' tools. The actual door's locked. Okay, 16. Yeah, you manage to click it open again, and the door swings open, revealing. So the
Damn it,
tunnel.
Casimir.
Yeah, 1,000,000 Casimirs. So, like a sort of a tunnel that goes across like this. So you step into the tunnel. It's entirely just completely dark either side now, but you have dark vision. So your dark vision. Actually, you don't know which way to go. They both seem fairly even directions, but you'd have to wait until Rael sort of consults his map before you know which direction to go.
Okay, I'm gonna wait out here then for everyone else to come
Okay.
through.
All right.
Ready to lock the door.
You begin to hear fighting break out between the demons and the Bargura around the corner.
The demons.
So basically, you see this. I'm just gonna do some dispel magics here.
Oh, God.
Okay, one's an 18. So they did 3 dispel magics. One's an 18. Balgora, pop, disappears. But these creatures also are slowly wriggling down the corridor. They're like the bodies are slowly being mashed together, like magnets, and just this unholy sort of look to them as they begin crawling and sort of like wedging themselves in the door. Right, Roxanne.
I'll follow Morna through the door.
Okay.
If that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want me to move the token?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just go where you want to go.
Just go to off because I can't really see very well, so I'll just follow her.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. There's nothing really else to.
Cool.
To... Oh, I lose my rage, but I get. Yeah.
Okay, you lose your rage. Scrimshaw.
Can I move here and then ready a dash for when our guide is out of the room?
Yep.
Okay, so once basically I'm trying to stay behind him and follow him out of the room.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Cool.
Okay, Rael is going to push past Gira, get here, and he's going to look both sides, and he's going to frantically consult the map, so I just need to do an intelligence check for him. Oh, natural 20. He picks up the map, and he immediately looks in this direction, and he says, This way!
Which direction?
This way.
That one.
Oh no, he
Yeah,
doesn't
that
even
way.
know.
Yeah, this way. Yeah.
This one. Cool.
Yeah, right. Basically. Yeah. So he comes down there. That was his action to consult the map. Okay. And yeah, Scrimshaw follows up behind him. Gira, what would you like to do?
Sorry, hello. Just follow them.
Okay.
Hobble along.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
As best you can.
Yeah. So you're heading that way. Gothric, you're gonna head out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I assume close the door behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Lock it.
the door this side actually does have a lock. So you will be able to buy yourself a bit of time.
Lock it.
Okay.
Lock
Does
it.
Gothric still have the hand on him?
No, I threw it.
Yeah, he
I
managed to
used
hand it
that
off.
bitch.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, so then you guys begin running down this corridor, desperately following Rael's instructions. He says, left here, and you go left down a tunnel, and you hear banging just behind you of the cultists hitting the doorway behind you that you managed to lock. Can everyone make a stealth check for me as you guys manage to try and lose them off into the
Is
distance?
it still within 10 minutes of when I cast it before?
I'd say so.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Oh.
20, 26.
Oops, I did 2. Sorry.
Oh no, it's not. It's a 29. How's it got?
God, they're some pretty bad rolls.
Yep.
Okay,
Good
so
job there's no crit fails on stealth.
yeah,
I
exactly.
kind of just loudly say to Morna, I fucking told you so.
So you guys are still frantically making your way down the tunnel. A couple of forks in the road, but you trust that Rael, as he's following the map, says left here, and takes you down this sort of dark tunnel, and right here it takes you down another one. Until you come out into another part of the catacombs, which is just littered with bones and some freshly dead, slain bodies that have had their faces bitten off. And Rael's like, keep going. Okay, so
Oh yeah, cannibals are totally just a myth, right?
okay, so you he looks on the map and he says, "That's strange. There should be a tunnel here." And as he looks up to his right, to your right, there's like a big bricked over part of the tunnels that at some point somebody's put loads of bricks over. And he says, "We need to get through here."
Look to Roxon.
Fine.
We should all
Yeah,
help him
let's
though,
all
right?
help
Yeah,
him.
you probably could help.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm
Roxon.
imbued-
Oh yeah. Good.
Sorry, go on.
No. Go ahead, Gira.
I was just saying my weapon is imbued with holy magic, and like it does like an extra 3 effects I have that do extra damage. So my hammer will do an absolute truck against the wall as well.
Just gonna punch the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Would
gonna-
would a summoned maul do more damage than Avenger?
mm,
To a wall.
probably only one
Like,
person at a time
logistically.
can really like try and knock the wall down because it's just the way that the tunnel is. But Roxon, you can have advantage if you want to do an athletics check to knock the wall down.
Yeah.
Okay, so have advantage. Are you taking Gira's weapon?
Athletics.
Yeah.
Am I taking it?
Yeah, I
Is
assume
he
Gira.
handing it to me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can do. It's a 2-handed weapon.
Okay.
Hammer.
I
it's
will-
better than an axe.
Yeah, I'll an athletics check to knock it down with his hammer.
Yeah.
It does an extra 2d8 or
Oh.
something.
Okay. So first hit manages to knock a few bricks loose, but not quite enough. As you begin to hear the door that you had locked before slam open, and you begin to hear chittering cultists behind you, filling the space. They're probably maybe about a couple of minutes away, so you get a few more chances. But make another attempt.
Why do they sound like squirrels?
There you go. Second attempt. You just knock down the tunnel, the actual brickwork, and as dust goes flying, and it opens up this tunnel just littered with skulls and bones. And Rael's like, "We just got to keep going. We got to keep going."
As we go through, I'd like to cast Minor Illusion on the area where the brick wall was, and
Okay.
and make an illusionary brick wall.
Oh yeah.
idea.
That's a good idea. Okay, so you go through. Skirmisher taking up the back. You cast a minor illusion, and you follow at the back. This tunnel begins to go quite narrow, and you begin to find yourself beginning to squeeze a little bit. Can everyone make dexterity checks for me?
I'm gonna lose another gun, aren't I? Oh no, I'm not.
You've gained your gun back.
I have gained several guns.
Dexterity, sorry.
Yeah, dexterity check.
Okay,
I,
I'll
was
bring it
I,
up.
I pressed.
It's come through.
It's trolling.
Yeah, no, it's come through for us.
Oh, there
I'm
you go.
sorry, I did a save, but it's fine.
That's fine. It's fine. You don't have proficiency on it anyway. Okay, so for the most part, you are slowed down quite a bit, but Gothric, Morna, and Roxon managed to pull you through, and it opens up once again, and you see to your left, it seems to be the tunnel that you would have come down originally, if you had gone down that narrow, little tunnel. As you begin to hear, all the cultists begin to stream past, and they begin to stream as you look down where the minor illusioned brickwork is. They actually are just running straight past it. It seems, but Rael's like, "We don't have much time. We need to keep going." So he leads you down. But can everyone make another stealth check? So the pass without a trace now will have gone off now.
Okay, can I cast it again?
Yeah. Okay, you can cast it again.
26.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry.
Awesome. Yeah.
Sorry,
So
guys.
So you guys,
Don't worry, I did worse.
you guys seem to do pretty well actually in total, mostly because of the pass without a trace, and you're very confident that after a couple of minutes of running, you have lost them. And Rail like collapses into the ground, like after having gone back down that tunnel, and is like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Gothric starts pacing. What the fuck were those? We killed them.
Shh,
They
shh,
came
shh,
back.
Shh, shh. Don't
You shush me.
I'm gonna shush you. Shut up. You're a very loud person.
Yeah, it's best not. But we've escaped. Best not to draw more attention to ourselves. Right, Jake, come on. There's time for being frustrated about this later. But yes, what the fuck? I do agree. I thought these cultists were just doing their own thing.
Yeah, Rail, what the fuck?
Well, to be fair, I've never seen that before. I've never really interacted with them. They've not actually had a problem. I mean, I haven't seen those guys before at all. But I have seen other cultists, and they tend to be fine normally.
Did the other one? I just became giddy in there.
How many
Did the-
cultists are there?
Quite a few. There's quite a lot of cults.
Did the other types of cultists have those masks that Galen mentioned?
I've never seen cultists wearing those particular kinds of masks before.
So they've been around long enough for some of your colleagues to find them.
I mean, they weren't my colleagues, but sure.
Well, please excuse my choice of word to describe your relationship. It was merely it was merely placeholder.
Can I do second wind
Sure.
just rather quickly, just to
Yeah.
get some HP back because
Mhm.
I'm
Hello?
resting a bit.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Matt was saying hello, so I don't know. Okay,
I
so...
thought you said Matt, question mark.
Oh.
Oh, no, I said yeah. No, to the second
Oh.
wind idea.
Cool.
Plus your fighter level. Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Looking further down the tunnel, it's going a lot deeper now. And he says... so the river is actually just above us. And you, like, as you stop and hear, you do hear like the trickling and the rushing of waves like above you, sort of resonating through the actual ceiling above you. And he says, "These catacombs have been here way longer than that river has." The river has ebbed and flowed through this region for quite a while, but the actual first settlements in this of VL, the original layout of the river was slightly different, so a lot of the catacombs have been flooded. But luckily, we don't seem to have come across that yet.
How are you with swimming?
I'm okay. It's usually the holding the breath part I tend to chicken out at. But I'm just warning you that we might come across some bits where we have to go underwater for just a little bit.
Okay. If there are any underwater passages that need scouting ahead, then I don't have the need to breathe, so I can scout those out.
Okay. So you guys are led further down by Rael until prophetically it begins to go further and further down, and there's like a pool of water ahead of you, and it looks just like a dead end with a pool of water. And he says, "This is what I'm talking about. There's more catacombs down there."
Why?
Mike, can I ask a question,
Yeah.
please? How does Gira feel about going into water?
That's a question for you.
Well, I assumed it wouldn't be because it might be something that refers to what happened before, and I don't really want to get into that.
I mean,
yet,
you
but-
have a sort of a bit of sense of dread about going underwater, but you can't place it. And currently, I would say that Gira is quite just wants to get this over and done with, but that's your decision. But
Sure. No, I was just wondering if because there's a lot of
yeah, there's nothing that Gira can put to his feelings right now.
Okay.
He just assumes he's a bit scared because of all the weirdness that's happened.
Sure. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'm happy to kind of go on.
Yeah, cool. So Rael's like, does anyone have anything that we can use to breathe underwater, or?
No.
Nope.
I've got
Afraid
a
not.
potion of water breathing,
Oh, well, Jesus.
but I'd rather not use it because it was very expensive.
It'd be better to use it and not die.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking there's no point just me using one. We need we need some to all of us get through.
Can't we all share it?
I'll. How about I go ahead, see how far this goes. We might not need it. If it's a short passage, then people may be able to just hold their breath.
You can always just teleport back up.
It's also going to be gross water too, because it's catacombs.
No, I mean shadow teleport. Yeah, I'll have a look under the water with you, Scrimshaw.
Okay. I will just walk straight in.
Okay, so first things first is it's very sort of murky. You can't see more than like 15 feet ahead of you. Actually, you can see like just everywhere, basically, on Scrimshaw.
So I can see perfectly in darkness. If it's obscured by stuff, then I wouldn't be able to I can't just like see through things.
Okay, right, yeah. So the actual darkness that's down here is mostly just murky water. So you can only see about 15 feet ahead of you at a time. But it seems to be well, I mean, you don't see the entrance, you don't see the exit straight away. You'd have to go further down there.
Okay, I'll go maybe up to like 50, 60 feet out.
Okay, so you begin to make your way down. So you're swimming at the moment, so you're half speed. Okay. So you begin to it begins to open up slightly into a little opening. There's like a few plants that are just sort of swaying there, and you see a lot of the bones of because this is very still water, so a lot of the bones actually haven't been disturbed very much. Like a few bones are scattering on the floor, but there's still like the traditional catacombs of like bodies piled on top of each other around the corners of the room. But a few plants have like sort of grown here. They're quite murky and sickly looking. They don't get very much light at all. In fact, there's actually a layer of like fluorescent fungus that seems to be attached to the wall, which is giving a slight glow. So you can sort of see your way around. It's not particularly dark.
Actually makes me so dim light is actually worse for me than darkness.
Okay, yeah.
I can actually see better in pure darkness than in dim light.
I would have just assumed your sight works whether it's darkness or dim light.
I mean, I'm happy to run it like that if you want to.
Yeah, I'd assume.
Rules as written.
I mean, it would make more sense than like somebody lights a candle and suddenly you lose all of your vision.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
That is very weird. I just assumed if you can see perfectly, you could just see perfectly in any sort of light, like any level.
I'm fine with that.
That's fine. Yeah, I assumed it no differently. I know it doesn't specifically say that, but I think they just assumed as well. Yeah, rules as written versus rules as intended. Okay, so then suddenly you blink and Yara's ghost is in front of you. She says, "I wouldn't go near that plant."
Noted. Do I have to go near the plant to get through?
You don't have to go. You don't have to go into the plant. You can sort of skirt the outside wall. But you will be close to it. Like the furthest
if it's living, if it is alive, it could lash out at me.
I mean, Yara is pointing to it, like saying there's something in it.
Yeah. Is it the plant itself, or what's within it?
Unfortunate circumstances. And she sort of like floats in front of you, and then floats into the plant, and then goes out of your vision. But yeah, so you sort of just stood there like, do I go back? Do I go through?
Without going past it, can I see anywhere where the water like surfaces, or is it that not visible from here?
From where you are, again, and because you can only see really 20 or maybe 20 maximum feet ahead of you, you don't see the exit just yet.
Hmm. Okay. I'll head back and relay
Okay.
the group.
So you resurface, soggy, but Rael says, well.
I couldn't see any exits from where I was,
What?
any
I did.
surfaces, but there were some plants which I believe may be dangerous.
I see. I did do some consultation on my maps, and while they're not, I mean, this tunnel itself isn't well mapped at all, as you can probably imagine. There are other tunnels which it would be logical for there to be a connection to through here. So maybe it doesn't seem to be much further than about 80 feet. This tunnel, but that's assuming we come out into a tunnel that is more well mapped.
Hmm. Well, if we are going to go through here, then we need to be wary of that plant. I don't know if there's something in it or if it's the plant itself, but I have reason to believe that it is a danger.
Does everything in this world want to fucking kill us?
Apparently so.
Especially plants.
Why especially plants?
Remember that great big wall of plants that we were asked to get for the Oracle? That was just trying to kill us. Seems whenever there has been
The weed.
specifically a plant involved, it has been trying to kill us. Plants suck.
Whoa,
Fuck all
Scrimshaw,
plants.
don't listen to him.
No,
Oh,
Scrimshaw
come
isn't
now.
technically like a plant. He's like a construct made kind of like plants.
Not a plant, I'm not a construct, I'm just like you.
You're a wooden thing.
Wooden man.
Woodman.
Might be
Woodman.
made of the same things, that doesn't make me one of them. You're made of the same things as demons and stuff, I think.
I mean, aren't they kind of
That
like
doesn't
made
make
of
you a
like
demon.
hell meat?
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Hell meat.
I don't know if hell meat is different to human
Is
meat.
is the muscle on a demon made of different things to humans?
I mean, like
Dunno.
demons. A
That'd be a
demon's
religion
mostly
check.
physical or spiritual. I don't
You can
know.
do a religion check if you want.
Oh damn! That I roll well on. Fuck's sake.
From your experiments with Bulguras, they seem to have meat. Not quite sure what the definition of hell meat is, but
It makes sense in Gothric's head.
so this is
Probably
basically
doesn't
this
make
is as
much
far
else
as you've
elsewhere.
gone so far.
Okay. Right. So, if it's about 80 feet, do we just go?
I say we go and we avoid the plant as much as possible.
Can we see past the plant?
We will have
Well,
to skirt
you haven't gone
around it.
down there. This is as far as so Scrimshaw went here. Basically, that's as far as he went.
I have a suggestion.
That's as far as he
I
went.
might need a bit of counsel from you fine group of people. If I coursed a lot of lightning or thunder through this pool of water, would it kill whatever's in there, theoretically?
It would also alert the whole amount of catacombs as to where we are. It's also pretty loud. I'm pretty sure that would deafen us all.
Yeah, I think
Not sure you
Gothic would
can-
be very upset because of you did that, but we wouldn't let him use his guns.
I'm not
I
sure you
would be
could fit a
very
storm-
upset.
I'm not sure you could fit a storm cloud in here either.
Oh, no. I wasn't thinking of using a storm cloud. There's other ways to do such a thing. Just an idea, but
Yes.
I don't really feel comfortable using any of my powers in the water if we get into a fight otherwise.
I would also rather you didn't use the powers.
Yeah. I mean, fighting in the water, not something we are particularly great at.
It's quite hard to swing an axe underwater.
Yes.
Yeah. I would also have to get closer with my short sword. Because guns are useless underwater.
I've also I also used my capacity for spells in the previous fight. I think maybe
So
we
we're
could.
going around the plant.
I mean, we can try, but it might. Whether that's completely safe, I don't know.
Is there any other way?
I suppose if we do go, then I should probably go first. If it grabs me, then at least I can breathe. Well, not can't breathe, but I won't start drowning to it.
Should we just go?
Yeah.
The only way that we could go is back, if we wanted to try and go around and try and find a different tunnel. But
No, I meant should we just go down?
oh right,
We're sort of putting it off going.
I would rather get through this. It makes it less likely that the cults are going to be able to find us. You see, if they're looking for us, they might come down here.
I would also like to go this way.
I assume taking a short rest here would be a bit risky.
If you wanted to settle down for an hour or so, the cult will still be looking for us. That illusion you put on the wall will have probably gone by now, right? It's only a matter of time before they realise where we've gone.
They seem to just run straight through it.
Well, they're not going to
run
just give up,
past it.
are they? I
Oh, when you said run past it, do you mean they? I thought you meant they just saw through it and ran through it.
Oh no! They literally ran past.
Oh, ran like around it.
Like yeah,
oh, okay.
like the actual yeah. Like they did. It worked basically.
Nice.
But it will have dropped by now. So if they send any people back on a patrol, they'll notice the big hole in the wall.
Okay, well they're not far. That illusion will be gone by now. I still have my armor, so let's just go. Let's just forge ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I shall go into the water
Okay.
and start to
Okay.
edge round.
So are you all going down at the same time? Is there a marching order that we're going
Yeah.
in?
I'll go behind. Yeah.
Okay. So just remember, whilst you're underwater and you can't breathe, you can't talk as well.
All right.
So just FYI, Rael will go behind Gira and then Roxanne the back.
Gira is absolutely useless other than his hammer. He won't be able to heal or do anything.
Okay, so y'all moving at half speed, so that's about 50. So you'd be basically moving at 15 foot because that's the slowest person in the group.
I assume
So
we're skirting around, right?
yeah, you're going to be skirting around. So I assume you're all going to be going in this direction. But first things first, can everyone make me a stealth check?
Is my pass that tree still active?
Probably not anymore. Because you have
Okay,
been walking for about 10 minutes.
I'm gonna cast it again, but I'm gonna have to rest after this, guys.
I concur. Short rest crew.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was at the wrong character.
Short resting.
This message is brought to you by Short Rest Gang.
Should we take a short rest?
Brought to you by the Short Rest Gang.
But have we had second short rest?
Ha! Okay, so you guys, first things first, begin to make your way into here. So this was the first round of stealths, because that was as far as you could have got. And then after 15 foot, you guys can move up like this.
But I've been here.
Oh yeah,
Or...
that's
Do
right.
I need to?
So you guys can all move up. Yeah, so everyone make a stealth check again, please. Scrimshaw can go this way.
Ooh,
Oh, Jesus.
that's an
Okay, so that's an 11.
So 40?
Okay, so Scrimshaw, you skirting around the side, you begin to like look into the plant, like just try and see. You can't see that far into it. You can only see about 20 feet ahead of you. So you can sort of see around here, but you definitely see like a vine begin to move, and you begin to hear this like bubbling, like bloop, 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 as you guys begin skirting around slowly, but currently nothing seems to happen. All right, so carry on. Make another group of stealth checks, everyone. Yeah.
Sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
I think my only good roll all night has been that religion check for demon meat.
You guys can move up like this. Okay, so as you guys begin, stop. The bubbling suddenly stops, and then lashing out of the center of this thing is this big vine that whoosh, whips, and you see it moves so fast that almost all these bubbles just begin to pop off it as it's going so fast. It almost like evaporates the water as it goes through, and it's going to make. Hang on, just why is this suddenly not opening?
Oh no, what a shame, it can't do its attack.
I'll get it. Okay, so it's going to make an attack on 3 attacks. One on Roxon, 1 on Gira, and 1 on Gotheric. Oh,
Does it know where around?
Ryan, look at all those fucking natural 20s. That's 3 natural 20s, but one of them was 2 natural 20s on one with advantage. So 2 natural 20s and a 16 on Gira. Does 16 hit you, Gira?
Yeah, just.
Okay, so on Roxon, you take 14 bludgeoning damage. And can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yep, 1 sec.
Gira, you take 7 bludgeoning damage. Okay, you're fine. So Gira, you take 7 bludgeoning damage. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please? Okay, you also take 14 poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gothric, that is 18 bludgeoning damage. And can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Sure, hang on.
Okay, and you don't take any poison damage. And all 3 of you are grappled. And as a bonus action, it reels you in 15 foot towards it. So...
Well, then I'm in.
Yeah, so you're all within 5 feet of the plant now. Let me just reveal it to you. Boop. Yeah, as you see, this plant lashing out with its vines, boop, pull you towards it, and that's where we'll end the session for today, I think.
Yeah.
As these 3 vines lash around you.
Yay, drowning.
Yeah, woo.
Yay, BDSM.
Okay, thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Mike.
thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Good job.